Mayhem's in studio. My Dry Bar special is dropping as you hear this.
Oh, well, there goes my first news story.
Oh, man.
Damn it.
Stop the presses. Anyway, it's real good. It's about 35, 40 minutes, and it's, you can go to, it's drybarcomedy.com/Adam and watch it. Tell me what you think, and I appreciate it. Okay, so, tough night last night. Evacuated.
Damn.
I never evacuated before. I don't like to evacuate.
You're telling me the cops did this one to you? Go,
I got
move.
Well, it showed up in the form of phone. Everything's on the phone now.
The beep.
Now, normally, here's how I play it. Many years ago, I was out on the road with Drew, and it was about 3 a.m., and the fire alarm went off in the hotel. And everyone filed down into the lobby and then outside into the front of the hotel, and I guess that would be protocol. I was on the second, maybe third-ish floor. I had about a good 22-foot drop to the lawn. Now, I stood up in my room in my underpants, and I watched everyone file out into the lawn in their bathrobes and towels and sweatpants and staying out in the cold.
Yeah.
I then hearkened back to taking note that there was a prom taking place at the hotel. When Drew and I got back from our show, I was walking through the lobby and I saw a bunch of kids, high schoolers, running around. I then surmised that one of them probably pulled the fire alarm.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I think one of these jack-off prom kids got drunk and thought it'd be funny to pull the fire alarm at 3 a.m. But I also weighed in the fact that if I saw flames coming underneath my door, that I could take this desk chair and I could throw it through that window and I could jump out of here and break both ankles and fracture wrist, but I will not die. I will not die in a fire.
Yeah.
So knowing what I know, I'm going to stay here. And I sat in my room and I watched everyone, including Drew, mill about the lawn in the frigid cold on at 3 a.m. And I thought, I'm glad I didn't go out there. You did the math
on your fingers.
I did the math, and I didn't go. So what happened in Malibu last night is it's dryish. It's not hot, but it's not cold. It's kind of in between. A little bit windy, a little bit of wind blowing, but not too bad. Not hot condition, not fire conditions like July. Everything's dried out, and winds blowing in. Not that. I mean, we're in December, but I'm sitting downstairs. I'm watching Sports Center, and that's my time. If anyone wants to really know me, it's sitting at night, lights off, watching Sports Center, watching sports highlights on TV at night, later at night. All of a sudden, it's about 10:45, 10:50, poof, power gone. Then I notice as I look down PCH from where my condo is, I can look up and down PCH. I notice that it's gone. The power's gone all the way down PCH. There's no lights in the neighborhood.
Ominous.
But I start noticing, I take note of which neighbors are winners because their generators kick on. And they're like, oh, winner. Because we all know it too, but none of us got a generator, but you fucking did. You're the little piggy who made his home out of stone.
Type person.
Yeah. I see some of these houses light up down PCH. Not, one out of every 8 or 10. So now I'm standing there by the window looking out in the living room, seeing that the power's gone, and I go, well, now I got nothing to do because I have no power. And I look on my phone to see if there's a podcast I can listen to, but somehow when the internet goes out, I can't listen to podcasts. I got to figure that one out. But I do have a book, an audio book, Animal Farm by George Orwell.
Great book.
And so I'm like, I'm going to listen to Animal Farm by George Orwell. So I just sit there in the dark listening to Animal Farm by George Orwell. And at some point, I'm looking out the window and I see smoke coming up from beyond a hill that is nearby. And I take note of it. I stand there and I look. I'm aware that there are fires in Malibu. There's a house on Rambla Pacifico. They do Rambla, everything's up there. Rambla Orienta, Rambla Pacifico. There's a house that really is above my condo back in the hill, where back in the day, in the 80s, we built a custom house up there. I was on the crew that built custom house, burned down to the ground.
Damn.
Yeah. So I know there are fires up there. They're a little few and far between, but frequent enough so that people are aware of what's going on. I hung out with Suzanne Summers and Alan Hamill, who were telling me about their home that was on the other side of PCH, on the beach side. When it jumps PCH, that's the big deal. Doesn't normally jump it and get to the ocean side of it. But their house was destroyed some years ago that way. So I just sat there in my bathrobe listening to Animal Farm and looking out the window and seeing smoke. But I couldn't tell, was it like a diesel truck that caught on fire on PCH, or was something on fire up in the hill? Was it a structure fire?
The sun wasn't down yet, so you could...
No, it's 10:45 in the evening.
Oh.
Power gone, lights
see
off.
Smoke in the evening, the night.
I could
that's
see.
alarming.
I could see it coming up. So I just stood there and I just looked at it. And then I would go back and sit down and ate some nuts. And then I listened to Animal Farm. And then I got back up and I looked at it again. And it looked a little more, there looked like there was a little more smoke now.
Yeah.
So then I did that about 5 more times for an hour. And the last time I looked, it seemed like more smoke than the time before.
Yeah.
But I wasn't seeing flames or anything yet. So now it's midnight. So my schedule today. Here's my schedule for today.
It's been jumping.
Yeah, we've modified it a little bit. But my schedule for today was I was going to come here in the morning and do 5 Adam and Drew episodes. And then I was going to do this show. And then I was going to finish this show for whatever. And then I was going to tape some dry bar promo thing. And then I was going to do Larry Elder's radio show at about 5:30. And then I was going to go to the Ice House in Pasadena and do my set that I'm doing in New York for Fox Nation on Thursday. And then on the way back from the Ice House in Pasadena, I was going to go to the Comedy Store and do Sam Tripoli's show, and then probably finish up at 10:30 at night, and then drive back to Malibu. That was going to my schedule was going to be, I was going to leave Malibu at 9 a.m. and I was going to come back through the door at 11:30. And it was going to be nothing but, there was going to be no lunch or dinner. It's just going to be work all the way, action-packed all the way through. So I said, well, I got to and then Wednesday, the following day, the plan was to come here, do a podcast, go to Burbank Airport, get into Mark Garrigas's jet, and go to New York with the suit, all the shit you need to shoot a special. Dry, clean stuff, blah, blah, blah. And 4 or 5 days worth of stuff for New York. It's 30 degrees. Bring your gloves and your beanie. And doing Gutfeld Friday, so have an outfit for Gutfeld. Packed.
Now you're kicked out of Malibu. Now you're kicked out.
Well, not yet. Now it's midnight. And I go upstairs, and my girlfriend is sleeping. And I thought, I don't think I should get her involved with this because my general, I don't know where you stand, Mayhem, but my general stance with women is pretty need to know. I'm
with you.
I got a good idea of what's going on here.
Yeah.
I may be called reckless, but I'm not. I got a good idea. I got a good temperature on what's going on. If that fire comes over that hill and starts coming this way, I can be in my car and gone in about 90 seconds heading toward Santa Monica. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
But I'm keeping an eye on it. So
you haven't raised to the level of worry. It's just simply been a concern at this stage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So then it's midnight. Now, I got the world's busiest day planned the following day, and I really can't stay up and stare out the window all night. No. So I lay down for about an hour, and then I get up and I peek out the curtain upstairs, and I see it's gathered a little momentum, but it's not looking out of control yet. It's a ways off.
You're seeing flames?
I took a picture. It's a little bit fuzzy. It was about 3 a.m. That was right when we cleared off, which was essentially the view from the bedroom, which
buddy, that's like full on. It's time to get worried. Like
I wasn't worried, but it was time to think about moving on.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, there's flames. It's in the distance, but it's not that far distant.
You made it out like I just saw a little smoke. That is clearly a raging brush fire.
There's a raging brush fire going on in Malibu. But this is right before we left. It wasn't this bad at 1 a.m., so I was like, I'm going to see if I can get a little more sleep. And then at some point, the emergency alert system set off, and my phone was on airplane mode or something, so I wasn't getting the emergency alert system. But my girlfriend did, and then she woke up, and then she looked out the window, and she said, "This is bad." And I said, "It's not that bad. Like, we'll see where this thing goes." And meanwhile, fire trucks going up and down and helicopters everywhere. And so then the alert started coming in, which is evacuate.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got such a busy day tomorrow. And then we're going to New York the following day. And what do we do if we evacuate? And who's going to pack and get ready and everything else? So then maybe a couple hours went by. I said, I just want to keep looking at this fire. And then it started to sort of get worse in the evacuation. And so it was time to pack up and evacuate. Now, evacuating sucks under good circumstances, but evacuating at 3 a.m. with no power.
Oh, yeah.
It's completely pitch black. And you're trying to get your toothbrush and your flip-flops, and I got a flashlight. But it's a little hectic at 3 a.m. trying to pack everything you need. And I don't know if we're going to be let back is the problem. So I'm trying to take what I need. Take everything, load up the truckster, and start heading this direction. Figuring I got to be here in the morning for a very long day. And probably just get a hotel in Burbank or Glendale or somewhere near here, because that's where I got to be in the morning anyway. And Burbank, Glendale are fine. Yeah. Nice. So go to a hotel we stayed at before when we've done events here and not want to go back to Malibu. Now it's 3:45 and there's nobody in the hotel. There's no one at the desk, you know.
Yep.
I'm pretty tired, and I know I got a crazy day today that's going to start early. So girlfriend gets out, goes to check in. I'm going to go find a place to park and or see if there's another hotel. She goes in. This is awesome. It's 3:45 a.m. Walks in. There's a guy working the floor buffer. It says, where's the woman? Where's the receptionist? Or where's the person
Where's
behind
the bell?
Where's the
Ding!
bell to check in?
Yeah.
He goes, she's on her lunch break.
I expect this guy to have an accent.
Yes, I'm sure. No, I never heard him, but I did see him, and I
felt the
suspect he
accent.
does.
Yeah.
And it's not Italian, French, or Irish. So he goes, she's on her lunch break. She just started her lunch break. And I'm like, it's 3:50 in the morning.
Yeah.
I have to be here at 10. We don't know whether there's a room in this hotel or not. She's not there. She's taking her lunch break. Now, it's 4 a.m. on a weeknight in Burbank. She's not at the Quiznos up the street talking to her friends. She's here
Yeah.
just eating a sandwich, but here she's behind that door in the office eating because it's her lunch break.
Yeah.
But I would argue when the refugees, as I would call us, we're boat people, Malibu boat people. When the refugees show up, you're allowed to put your sandwich down and walk out and then go, what's going on at 4 a.m. on a weeknight? And then we go, our condo's on fire. And then go, all right, let's see if we got a room for you here. And then go back and finish your fucking sandwich, right? Not just stay. So now it's 4 a.m. and we're just sitting there.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's your main job. You don't have a dedicated hour for lunch where you can abandon your duties, especially if you're the overnight person.
I would argue
there.
true. If somebody came down and said, I'm having a situation in my room with the toilet, you couldn't be like, well, you gotta hang out for 45 minutes until they're done eating their ham sandwich. But they just stayed back there, and then we just sat there, and then at some point I took off and I went to another hotel with another personless lobby.
On lunch.
I don't know what they're on, but I can't get in because I don't have a key.
Yeah.
And it's late. And so I'm just looking through the glass.
Climate refugee Adam Carolla.
That's right. I'm a climate refugee. That's a good call.
Yeah.
So I just stood there. Ironically, now it's 4 a.m. There was a woman in the lobby who was also looking for the person behind the counter, but that person wasn't there.
So now you're in a line.
No, I'm
in a queue.
outside.
Oh, I get it.
I'm outside, and not only that, you have that picture, the decal I took, Joe, on the outside here. I'm in a world of hurt because I'm in a world of hate because the sticker at this Hilton Voyage or whatever it is explains this, that I was tired and sleep deprived, but I always have enough energy to go on a rant. It's a small, it's a 3x5 size decal. If you go wider on the door, you'll see the pic. It says, "This is a safe space for everyone!" Exclamation point. Hate has no home here, and then it has the gay flag. Okay, now. Hate has no home inside of this Hilton Gardens, right? I'm outside. I'm in a hate zone.
Yeah.
I'm in a world of hate. You understand?
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
I'm right. I'm not inside of the hate-free zone, which is inside the Hilton Garden in Burbank. I'm on the other side of the hate zone, out here with all the haters.
The hatred street.
Looking over my shoulder, worried about my safety.
Streets of rage.
So there's one chick in there, doesn't work there. She's someone who's staying at the hotel. She's on the inside. I'm on the hate zone on the outside. I can't get in because I don't have a key. There's nobody behind the counter. The woman is there at 4:05 in the morning, running shorts, running shoes, got the water bottle. One of these workout people where 6 a.m. is way too late for the workout.
Yeah.
4:10, she's literally You got to get up at 3:30 to jog. It's dark outside, and I'm in no mood where I'm coming from. Yeah, I've been up all night. She went to bed at 4 in the afternoon.
Imagine you in a burned up bathrobe with soot on your face,
smoke coming out off my hair. So I'm like, all right, I don't know how to get in this place. It's a hate-free zone. I'm pretty angry right now. I don't think I'd be accepted. I don't know where the person is behind the counter. So then I go back to our hotel, and the person is still eating lunch. There's nobody there. It's 4:20 in the morning now. I got to get up and be here all day.
Damn.
So I find another hotel. This hotel has a guy, late night guy. By the way, the folks that they get to do the graveyard shift on the weekdays, that is the bottom of the barrel of the drunk tank of Laughlin. No, that is Pahrump. that is who you find in a drunk tank in Pahrump. That's who the unemployable, least motivated, dumbest. Of course, you're going to hide them. They work from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. and sitting there. So found this other hotel up the street. I go, do you have any rooms? And they go, no, we don't have any rooms. I go, what's going on? Is there a convention? And they go, no, there's a fire in Malibu. And I'm like, this many people left Malibu and went to Burbank? So then I go, well, we're trying to get in on the other hotel, but the chick's eating lunch and she never stops. She's not done. She won't finish eating lunch. And he goes, oh, she's done with lunch. And I go, wow, you guys communicate? Yeah. Somehow this guy's talking to her over there? All right. Go back. She's come out, taking her sweet ass time. Check in. I would argue you should get a guaranteed late checkout if you're checking in at 4:30 in the morning. Like if you're only checking in for 5.5 hours, you should get a built-in late checkout. If check-in is 3 or 4 o'clock and you've added 12.5 hours to that time and you're rolling in at 4:30, they should just throw you the gratis late checkout, but not so much. Anyway, get the room. Go to bed at 5. Get up at 9:30, and and here we are now. Last I checked, Malibu's 0% contained.
Damn.
0% contained, and they're not letting people back. So now, supposed to be in New York for 5 days. I need my suit, my shoes, my belt, my stuff. You know what I mean?
There's a Ross dress for less over the hill.
I might have to dress for less because. But there's also a psychological component, which I'm getting ready to go to New York to shoot a special. I'd really like to. Right. I was going to go over my material, take some time, get my shit together.
You can't run your set tonight? You still can.
I can. I don't have clothes. I'm exhausted, by the way. I was basically up all night. And so I'm hoping I can get back. But if I can't get back, how am I going to go to New York if I cannot pack anything and it's 30 degrees in New York and I'm doing 2 shows over there, televised shows, and there's nothing?
It's kind of exciting. Just go and just buy a bunch of shit at the mall real quick.
No, it's not all it's all pretty woman for you.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's not like you're broken going through this. You go in there.
No, I know. It's just little shit. Like I was using these teeth whitening cups where you pull this thing out, you put the teeth whitener thing in your thing, and I used it for the last 2 days. I was like, I'll use it for a couple more days for the special. Get the tooth whiten thing. I got the toiletry bag. There's nothing in there. The vitamins, whatever, the supplements, the medications. It's all there. I mean, socks and underpants. Yeah, but just your neck pillow.
But not every fight you go in completely prepared. I feel like you could use the adrenaline from this and to focus into a sharp, point and just attack everybody with your wit.
Well, you may be right.
I think so. I think so. I think this is you're forging the fire right now.
I really would just like them to let me go to my condo and stay there. I wish there was some sort of waiver you could sign, which is, look, if I burn up in this fire, you will not be held accountable for this. So right now, they're not letting people pass like Topanga Canyon on PCH.
Damn.
What happened to all the fixed wing planes that are dumping the fire retardant and all the helicopters? They're 0%, yet they got all the big planes in and they're doing. What structures do you guys, you can look, but I mean, Pepperdine's okay. Pepperdine has acreage of green grass all around it, so it can't really grow. It can't go up. But did the pier? I heard the pier may have caught on. Are there restaurants over there, businesses over there? Anyway, it's kind of hectic.
Yeah,
I would say, but exciting all at the same time. All right, let's see. Here's an interesting connection. Well, I don't know. Do you have the Daniel Penny story in your news?
I do.
All right, I'll make that connection later. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll come back. We'll do the news right after this.
Message at 888-634-1744.
I think The Rock did that in Fast and Furious, like 7 or something. He literally flexed himself out of his cast. Yeah. He just went, and I'm like, all right, but you're supposed to have that on for another 9 weeks. You're okay now? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I flex myself out. Mm-hmm. All right, what's going on?
In the news, New York City jury found Daniel Penny not guilty Monday of criminally negligent homicide in the choking death of Subway performer Jordan Neely.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this story, and I was thinking back on a movie that nobody's seen, but you should, which is Earthquake. You ever see the movie Earthquake?
Yes, I did. Yes. The Rock was in that one? Different one?
San Andreas.
Oh, my bad, yeah.
Now, the San Andreas fault causes the earthquake.
My mistake, yeah.
No, I'm talking 1970s Chuck Heston.
I caught a part of it, yes. When I was a kid, I watched it in reruns. I did like that movie.
You got to see Chuck
like Charlton Heston.
Yeah, he's really almost as Heston-y-esque in this movie. And in this movie, and it's an Irwin Allen thing, and it's a big disaster thing, and it was great.
Yeah.
I loved it. And so, every time I saw Daniel Penny, and we can find a picture of Daniel Penny, the blonde guy, fit, curly, sort of inexplicably curly blonde hair, and an ex-Marine, I started thinking about a character in Earthquake. And there was a character that was in Earthquake that was, and I don't know, I mean, we can figure this out. Marjo Gortner, character actor, did tons of stuff in the 70s and 80s and all that stuff. In the movie Earthquake, they made it really weird. He worked at a supermarket, but he was a reserve. Mm-hmm. And he was an Army Reserve guy. And he had these guys in his building that were like old school Italian punky kind of thuggy guys, and he'd come home from work and they'd razz him and they'd make jokes about him being gay back when, that was a strike, before the Hilton and Burbank had the hate-free zone, when it was on. And they would make fun of him like, oh, gay guy. Hey, they're like sitting on the stoop, guys.
Yes.
Like 3 guys at Paisans. Hey, where you going, gay guy? Hey, come back here, pretty boy. Like stupid movie thugs,
For sure.
that don't really exist.
One-dimensional.
And never pose a threat because they never get off the fucking stoop. They just sit there the whole time making fun of people that walk back and forth. Yeah. So he goes in there. But when he goes into his apartment, he's got a lot of pinups of like bodybuilders, like greased up bodybuilders, which, listen, as a 9-year-old struggling with his sexuality, I was sort of like, wait a minute, he is gay? Or they're making fun of him? They're calling him gay? Or he is gay? Or he likes bodybuilding? Or something. There's a very weird, sort of confused sexuality about his character. Then his character has Daniel Penny hair. Like Marjo Gortner looks like Daniel Penny in real life. He has the curly hair. But in the movie, he puts a blonde, weird Marilyn Monroe wig on. I don't know. Show me a picture.
I was wondering how this connected.
It's going to connect.
So
it's going to
perm.
All right. Now we have him in his stupid wig picture when he's in the National Guard, but there's the picture of Marjo Gortner in his regular hair, like his headshot, which I'll show you, which is Daniel Penny. Like they're the same dude. And Daniel Penny was a ex-Marine guy who turned into sort of vigilante. Mm-hmm. Marjo, his character was when the earthquake broke out. Do we have Marjo? Yeah, no, that's him.
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
It's the Daniel Penny of his day. He had the same weird. You didn't see guys with the blonde naturals.
Curly locks.
Yeah, but that's who he was. So I kept looking at him, and then I kept picturing him in his outfit, in his uniform. So you know what he did in the movie? The earthquake broke out, right? Yeah. And the thugs who hung out on the stoop, they went out looting.
Yeah.
And then he went and got his military fatigues on and his gun because he was a reserve. Yeah. And this is an emergency.
Yep.
And for some reason, he put a fucking wig on. I don't know why he did that. I mean, a weird blonde wig. The actor had blonde hair. I don't know why he had to put a Doris Day type wig on. And then he went out, and guess what? All the guys have been calling him a homo. He caught him looting. And he's like holding this M16. He's like, by law, I get to shoot looters.
Oh, what?
And they're like, oh, hey, man, we're just kidding about sucking dick. Like it was a weird scene to put in your movie, and he was a weird character, and I don't know why we had to weave in his gayness? His not gayness or sort of weird sexuality into it with the wig and the greased up bodybuilder guys. But anyway, Daniel Penny. I know I'm not the first guy to say it, but he is the Marjo Gortner of his time.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's been saying
his name in the movie? Jody Jode.
No. Oh, my God.
Oh, and they'd be like, Jody, that's a girl's name. But, okay. Why in his apartment did he have dudes on posters and stuff? And can you find the scene where they're like making fun of him after he comes home from his shift at the Hi-Ho Market? They follow him like up the stairs. Like, also, I'm always curious who the unemployed guys are who just sit on staircases. They sit on cement stairs all day on the off chance some homo walk by and I get to yell something at him. Like, you're 31. Shouldn't you be pursuing something? It's a weekday. Yeah. You got to work, right? Like, why?
In the hood, that's like a normal thing. I've seen it.
That's in the hood. These are white guys. We're better than that. Yeah, they're making fun of him. He comes home. He goes up the stairs, and when they go into his apartment, bodybuilder guys, posters everywhere, all greased up.
You know, a lot of movies, especially back in the day, seemed like they had like a thinly veiled message, like, "Hey, if you're gay, don't worry. One day you'll get to have an M16." Like it was a weird comeback kind of story.
This is a Irwin Allen big disaster type film,
but they can
from the 70s. I didn't fly under my radar. I was bumped. I was bumped by it.
The only time I'd ever heard of earthquake was if you go to Universal, right?
Yeah. They made the ride after the movie.
Yeah, and then they're like, "That's from Earthquake," and I was like, "What's Earthquake?"
Yeah. Does that scene exist anywhere?
We're trying to find it.
It's probably toward the middle of the film. They had a bunch of vignettes going on. He worked at the supermarket and for some reason would put a blonde wig on over his blonde hair before he reported his military duty. But all right, they found him not guilty.
Yeah, Daniel Penny was found not guilty. You know,
Good.
He was sued at the same time as, by the victim or, the victim's father.
Yeah, the one who
put a
abandoned him and let him
chokehold-
live on the fucking subway and do drugs all day.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
terrorize people. Good dad.
And
Good dad.
my connection with this is the K2, which is spice, which is synthetic cannabinoid. It's like weed, only in that it kind of is like a cannabinoid, but it puts you into outer space.
That's
It
what he
makes
was
you
on.
Disassociate. It makes you disconnect with reality.
Yeah, but he was a honest homeless guy. Look, as I said to Gavin Newsom where you sat many years ago, it's all drugs. It's all mental problems and drugs. They previously housed, and we need to build more shelters, and we need more outreach programs. These guys are hardcore drug addicts who are out of their fucking mind. That's the problem. That's who sleeps outdoors. That's who you're dealing with. So fucking get used to it, admit it, and deal with it. And calling them previously housed does not help. Calling them current junkies is the way to go. This guy was fucking out of his mind. He needed help. And he was schizophrenic, I think.
Yeah, that schizophrenia can be a byproduct of this K2. I've seen it myself, where people start off pretty normal and then they smoke that stuff, and it brings out the mental illness worse.
Yeah. Anyway, if these guys are going to run around the subway yelling, "I'm going to kill people and I don't care if I die today," there's shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
But I
dangerous,
appreciate the politicized DA. who's
Yeah, and
trying to
the
make a
interesting
case.
part is I've looked into all this even deeper, and the way that different news outlets are covering it, like you said, CBS was covering it like, oh, this unhoused person.
He's a Michael Jackson impersonator.
Jackson
I know. I love the euphemisms. I love when the fucking racist from Black Lives Matter's like, so for the crime of dancing on a subway? No,
he was
No,
singing,
for the crime of threatening everyone on the subway's life.
scaring everyone.
That's
And
what you did.
on
Not for being loud. Not for
Yeah.
being loud.
No.
You're loud.
Saying people-
I can be loud.
I'm going to kill you.
No, not for
is-
being loud. For
Yeah.
telling people you're going to kill them when there's kids and women.
And then
on the
Fox
subway.
covered the point that in the courtroom after the verdict was read, that the BLM protesters kind of threatened the people who were clapping in happiness. And
Fuck BLM. They're done. The
Yeah.
BLM's done. Like COVID masks are done. Like trans shit is done. It's just all done. It's
Certainly.
all. You guys are done. You got to move on to a new grift. You have to find a different way to make money off of people by victimizing them. You're done with this particular grift. Could have kept it going longer, but you fucking bought houses and shit in Topanga. Man, I wish I could drive through Topanga.
yeah.
Those are the days. I wish I could take Topanga down to PCH and turn right and go home.
You cannot? Oh, you mean
No, I
because
cannot.
of the fire?
That is correct. That chick from BLM bought a house in Topanga, and Topanga is the motherfucking whitest place in the United States. It is much whiter than Beverly Hills or Hancock Park or any hoity-toity neighborhood, even Malibu. Specifically, Topanga Canyon is probably the whitest per capita area, and you chose to buy a $6 million house in Topanga. But yet, what's the problem with white people? And why not just buy a place, in Compton? We can be around your people and be safe. Where you don't have to feel like other or deal with people that are scared of those who look different than them. All right, where's that clip? It's got to be somewhere.
We're pulling down the whole movie from Amazon, which is the only place it's available.
Okay.
We'll put it on your screen when we got it.
It's powerful. All right, so good for him.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get an endorsement with My Pillow. I think Mike Lindell's going to fucking sign that guy up.
Step up.
Step up and Give him a pillow deal. Maybe his own signature chokeout pillow.
That's really dark.
These guys, they're going to do something, right?
So
He will probably be able to sue the city of New York because the judge got over his skis and made a bad call once they came back, like hung on something. He gave him some instructions.
yeah, that was
were
the interesting part. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting when judges and DAs try to railroad taxpayers and Americans into jails for when they start bending the law to get innocent people incarcerated. That seems a little weird, but I guess it's what they do. But yeah, he'll probably have a lawsuit against Alvin Bragg in New York and the judge, because the judge gave instructions and then went against his own instructions and sort of made it up as he went along. All right, good. He's out. It's good. And then his parents are going to sue Daniel Penny, although Daniel Penny doesn't. It's right in the name. It doesn't seem like he has.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much. Yeah.
It's strange. Yeah, the whole
Yeah,
thing.
and also I don't know. I guess everyone can just sue everyone now, but if your kid's on synthetic marijuana and running through the subways threatening people, and also I don't know, punched some woman in the back of the head and got arrested before that, and then got detained, and then they got put to a rehab center, and then left the rehab center. I don't know. Maybe that's on the family. That's all. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Sarah Silverman.
Sarah
Silverman. She says she's become less political because no one wants to hear from celebrities anymore. Yeah, she was.
I like that Hollywood has figured out that no one wants to fucking hear from their preachy asses anymore. I love that. I like Sarah, but yeah, Hollywood, shut up and listen to me.
Yeah, she previously was very involved in politics, as you know.
Well, she liked Bernie Sanders, so she clearly didn't know what she was doing.
It seemed like back then everyone liked Bernie Sanders. Rogan had him on. It was like a big kind of cultural revolution.
He's
and then
a fucking
Hillary.
communist retard. Has never worked a day in his life and was thrown off a kibbutz for being too fucking lazy. So fuck Bernie Sanders. But look, if you want to destroy the country, then listen to Bernie Sanders. If you don't want to destroy the country, then don't listen to him. He's a fucking preachy old sack of shit. Other than that, I don't have an issue with him, but I just mean, can we get over our shit? He's a fucking communist. He's a fucking communist who wants some version of that brought here, which will destroy our economy and our country. So fuck you if you support Bernie Sanders. I know you think it's cool. You got your Che Guevara shirt. Yeah, cool. It's cool. It's all cool until you have to fucking live under the thumb of this asshole. So fuck him. And don't these people ever die or go away? Do they ever retire? They just, Bernie Sanders, I'm going to be 87 years old and then I'm going to turn on the news and Bernie Sanders said today. I'm like, Pelosi, Sanders, Biden. Like, do they ever? You understand, since we were in high school, it's been Bernie Sanders and Pelosi and Biden. It's like they're just there.
I know. Yeah.
They're just like fixtures.
It's weird, yeah.
Does anyone age out? Does anyone retire?
I think people are now caring about politics more and like getting involved more. But like, because people don't really give a shit about politics, certain people get to harness power and then just float in the background of society, being part of, oh yeah, that's them. They're making money off the stocks and they're, you know.
Bernie Sanders is cool if you're rebellious and you're an artist and you don't fucking know anything. But if you really just go, what would this society be if Bernie Sanders had a magic wand and we all lived in it? It would fucking suck. So fuck that guy. And also, what's he done? What jobs has he created? He's constantly worried about this guy. This guy makes all this money. He pays less taxes. Elon Musk does. Hey, Bernie, what have you done? What jobs have you created? What innovation? Or you sat on your fat ass and complained for the last fucking 50 years while exalting the virtues of Russia? How about you shut the fuck up and create something? Start a business. Employ somebody. Pay for something other than your own shit or your second house, you fucking asshole. Ooh.
Here we
Marjo
go, baby.
Gortner.
We're waiting for earthquake.
He's coming back.
Where's them cantaloupes?
We asked you for some free cantaloupes, Jody.
Say, my friend, what kind of friend are you?
Still playing Soldier
He
Boy,
wants for-
Jody?
That's right, we saw on television. Where you gonna go play Soldier Boy? Say.
All right, hold on a second.
Wait,
First,
I didn't
these
hear
guys,
any gay slurs.
these guys have Down syndrome. Hold on. Hold on. Number one. You know what's funny? The bullies, and you know this better than anyone, the bullies in movies, it was like Fonz. The Fonz was this way. Kelly Leak from the Bad News Bears. The list goes on and on. There was like Chachi, cousin from Joe. The tough guy, Squiggy and Lenny. The tough guys won about 145 pounds and gave away 4 inches of height to regular dudes. Like, hey, tough guy. Henry Winkler's a miniature,
He's small,
not well-built man. And Kelly Leak, like the tough guy from the Bad News Bears, was the smallest, skinniest guy on the diamond. Why do they get to be the tough guys? You know what the answer was? They smoke, which gives you an advantage in the ring, right?
Right?
If you can ride a dirt bike, if you can ride a motorcycle and smoke, you beat the shit out of any MMA guy. I don't care if fucking Brock Lesnar shows up. You put that cigarette down, put the kickstand down, and start whooping some ass.
Flick it in his face.
I'm pretty sure Kelly smoked while riding.
He smoked while
the dirt
riding.
bike.
Yeah. Every bully was smaller than this guy, and they're just sort of weird central casting white guys.
Yeah.
So this guy's apartment is filled with like war memorabilia and machetes and weight. All right, it's a little creep.
I thought when you said, "Oh, he had a wig," like that was his choice for the role.
No.
He's got
Why
a
did he
wig.
put it on?
Like in the movie.
Yeah, he has like
puts
a
the wig on.
Why do you need to put Doris Day's blonde wig on to go out and provide protection for the community? All right, they didn't go homo here, but hold on. There may be more. I don't know. Build himself like a locker.
Oh, okay. There's women involved.
Got a naked chick. Well, semi-naked poster chick.
Yeah.
There's going to be some workout. I don't know why he's fixing his hair and then putting a... And I don't know who he's supposed to be. He's got Nazi memorabilia.
Yeah.
He's got Vince Durando working out. These guys come in.
What?
What?
Was it true that blondes have more fun?
Got a wig. What's Lenny Kravitz doing there?
Yeah.
There's white Lenny. All right, pause. If that guy wasn't known as white Lenny Kravitz, I don't know. Okay. You have cop sunglasses and you didn't button your shirt all the way up. It doesn't make you tough when you're 5'9" and 162.
I want a jean jacket like
It
this
used
guy.
to just be like, listen, why can I kick your ass? I own boots, I smoke, and I have a dirt motorcycle. So look the fuck out. All right, wait, go back. Now they're calling him homo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Say, Jody, you fag.
If I know you as a
Wait
fag,
a minute, go back a little bit. I want you to apologize to me, Joe.
Got to beep
There's
that.
definitely a sexual component to this movie. Yeah, you said he didn't say anything.
I asked for the slur, and he gave the slur.
There we
My
go.
bad.
Sorry.
And I told you he was a fag.
Wait, go back a little bit. All right, there we go. Sorry.
Was it true that blondes have more fun? Oh, no, look at that. I told you he was a fag. Say, Jody, you a fag?
if I'd known you as a fag, Jody, I'd have been up here before. Could've
Hold
used
on,
the money.
pause it. I'm 9.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at the El Portal Theater in North Hollywood going, I thought this movie about earthquakes. What the fuck's going on? Why are you scrambling my sexuality with this sea story that's going on here? There's supposed to be buildings collapsing and people falling into ravines.
I know.
That's a weird sexual Jody with the blonde wig and pictures of bodybuilders and guys dropping F-bombs everywhere. What's going on in the middle of this film here? From 74 or something?
Yeah.
I was 9 years old watching this shit, getting my brain scrambled. All right, sorry. Run it back. You got to run it back about 30 seconds. Let's see. All right, I'll let it run through. That's good. So they're in his creepy apartment. You guys all going to watch this film now, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Watch this film. Why does he have to put the wig on?
Was it true that blondes have more fun?
And why does he leave his door wide open when he's got these goons wandering the halls?
Say, Jody, you a fag?
If I'd known you was a fag, Jody, I'd have been up here before. Could have used the money.
All in.
Hey,
Right, left, right. Let's decorate the warrior.
Dumping trash on him. All right, hold on a second. Does his room have a door on it? Like, why wouldn't he shut the door when he walked in?
No, this is like a rooming house. I just
It's a
figured
rooming
it out.
house?
It says rooms for rent.
I did see that, but he did enter his room. Even rooms for rent have doors, right?
Yeah, he has a door right there, clearly, but I don't know. He just
Shut the door before you put the gay wig on, Jody. And then I don't know, who are these guys, and what's it take to get thrown out of this house? You know what I mean? There's got to be some protocols. Like, hey, you can't throw trash at the other renters and call them fag every 10 seconds. That's sorry.
And the one guy who says he could make some money if he only knew.
Yeah,
what is he talking about?
I think it was just assumed.
Okay, hey, I'll give you $20 and I'll blow you,
yeah,
bro.
he's gonna pimp you out.
Yeah, you could go up, you could walk onto Geffen's yacht back then and just go, all right, I'll give you $20 if you suck my dick. Robert Geffen would go like, okay, man, I got to do it. It's
boarding
like the
houses in the 70s employed guys to make sure no gays rented a room.
Oh, these guys. And I like it because they got the wigger guy, they got the rhinestone country guy, and they got kind of the longshoreman guy. Like they have the three thug.
Yeah.
They have the
Prototypes.
three stratas of thug. These guys have nothing to do with one of each other. But I look at the wigger guy with the huge fro and call him, drop some F-bombs if I have these guys.
Yeah.
But anyway, these guys hang out at a boarding house just waiting for people to return from work and then attack them verbally and throw trash at them.
And then the internet, according to the internet, he put on the short blonde wig to cover his longer than Army regulation hair.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes no sense to put more hair on. Oh, I get it.
Hair. His Dorsday wig is every bit as long as his natural locks.
Yeah.
All right, so they throw a trash can at him, and he leaves. He gets into his... And again, I like unmotivated anger. You know what I mean? The guys are just like, I'm going to get this guy. He gets in his Cortina. Or his Corvair. No, it's a Corvair.
That's a Corvair.
Convertible Corvair, rear end, unsafe at any speed.
Yeah.
And drives off.
Now, the motion in this model was
All right. So anyway, then the earthquake hits. Act 1.
What a classic.
Oh, you know, Act 1. Chuck Heston's an architect, right? And they're like having meetings with him. And they're like, listen, we saved a ton of dough by skimping a little on some of the engineering. And he's like, damn it, man. Those calcs were worked out in advance. If a 7.3 hits, we're all going to be dust. It's like, hey, don't worry about it, man. We saved good money on the building, but just cutting a couple of corners. And you know what's going to happen to that guy in that fucking building, right? Yeah. Well, there you go. I know everyone's talking about Daniel Penny now and Marjo Gortner.
Yes.
Later on, does he shoot those guys? Later on,
oh my God, Ace,
those thugs are looting, and now the fucking worm has turned, right?
Yeah,
because he sees those guys. Those guys' business model is we're going to sit on the stoop of this boarding house until a disaster hits, and then we'll loot. That's when we make our money. So.
It's a very specific strategy.
Yeah, they catch them looting. He catch him, and they have to kiss his ass now, right?
Psycho.
Thanks for that.
Oh, maybe they didn't steal these necklaces and things. Maybe they're just fags that like to dress up in women's jewels. You find any dresses in the car?
No, Jody.
Well, I guess we'll have to shoot them.
Hey, wait a minute, Jody. I was telling these guys just today to lay off. I swear to God I was. Ask them.
Yeah.
Ask them.
Sure, those naked guys on the wall, that didn't mean nothing. We knew that you lifted weights and all that crap.
Scum like you think you can get away with anything. Push people around when you want to, steal when you want to, make fun of men who have to work for a living, huh? But not today. Hey, come back, you guys. I was only kidding.
Hey, don't do that, man.
Not like back in the store, is it, Miss Amici? No scrawny bitches coming in asking for double green stamps 2 days after the special's over, huh? None of that stuff.
He works in a supermarket.
Unhinged.
I want this whole patrol area quarantined.
I
No
gotta
civilians ought to be allowed
believe.
through without being questioned. Can't tell, they might be looters.
What about the people trying to get through to Wilson Plaza aid station?
I like that this guy's kind
There's no
of
other clear streets
okay
around
with
here.
it, you know.
Out.
All right. I gotta believe his commanding officer would frown a little upon
Shooting
down on you, just dropping like 22 rounds into three guys who are just standing there.
Yeah.
That guy stole a necklace. All right, here we go. Also, I like that the guys took off and then he went, it's just kidding. And they're like, thanks. Yeah, I get it. Well, and what's in it for them to, like, why'd they turn around? What's with the change of heart?
Well, that's the rules of engagement. They're coming back at you. They're coming right for me.
There's a lot of F-bombs dropped there.
A lot. I had to clean that up for YouTube.
Remember, I got a picture 9.5-year-old Adam Carolla sitting at the El Portal Theater going, what is this? Is this what adulthood is like?
Yeah.
Do I have this to look forward to? Is this going to be my life?
Who took you to that?
I would just
You just
turn
went
in
by
bottles,
yourself?
make money. And,
Nice.
But am I going to be the guy sitting on the brownstone stoop, or am I going to be
Right.
the homo up in the unit putting the wig
Shooting
on?
people.
Like, which one am I going to be? Richard Roundtree was in this movie as well. Shaft. Was
I
in
didn't
this-
know that.
Shaft. Yeah. And, oh, God. Oh, I just told you, but I'm sleep deprived. But from Bad News Bears. The coach.
Well, would this be on the list?
Huh?
Walter Matthau.
Walter
So
Matthau.
would this be on the list? Like, you know how you do the most 80s movies? Would this be on the list of the most 70s movies of all time?
It's pretty.
Top 10.
It's pretty much because Chuck Heston was having an affair with Karen Black, who was in all sorts of 70s movies, and Chuck Heston's wife was a big star siren. You know, these people that have these big movie careers in the 50s and the stuff, and then they'd end up on a sitcom or they'd end up in some shitty earthquake movie or something. But his wife, you'll know immediately, or she's up on the bill, whatever, up there. Chuck jogs in a jogging suit back when they had jogging suits, not like sweatsuits or sweatpants, jogging suits, like the $6 Million Man, you know, like he ran in a jogging suit. All you have to do is name the first 5 people in this cast. And you'll
Ava Gardner?
Ava Gardner.
There she is.
Ava Gardner. Come on. You don't know Ava Gardner? Ava
know.
Gardner. Frank Sinatra's Guma.
Come on.
I mean, Ava Gardner is the most beautiful woman in Hollywood and all that, and now she's just doing this. She's playing this like alcoholic wife of whatever. The 70s ruined everything. Oh yeah, George Kennedy is in it. Yeah, they're all Victoria Principals in it.
Yep.
I mean, it's who's who. Oh, Lauren Green. Yeah. We got to watch this film. You're going to have to watch this film.
I'm into it.
Yeah, Marjo Gortner is in it. I don't even know. All right, we're done. We got it. You got another? We don't need another story. We've done all you could do.
Yeah, we'll save this one for next time.
All right, the guys, and that's Jordan and Neil Harmon from Dry Bar and Angel Studios are in here, and we'll talk to them right after this and talk about that as well. Good to see you guys.
Great to see you too, Adam.
So Angel Studios, I think everyone likes it, and it's all happening at once, and that it's happening over here with Daily Wire, and it's happening over there with Joe Rogan, and it's happening over here with Angel Studios, and there are countless others. I don't know, Substack, it just keeps going, but it's good. and
feels so good.
It feels so good, right? And I am up in the stands cheering for my successful child out on the field. It's the way I feel about it. The dad that blew his knee out in high school and never made it to the show. But I've been saying for years, look, half this country is conservative or Republican, or let's just put it this way. Half this country has traditional values and thinks normally. Yeah. They're just normal thinkers. They're not for the drag queen story hour. They think like normal people. That's half the country. They have wallets. They will do commerce. They need product. Why aren't we talking to them? And I was told, shut up and don't bring this up and look away and stay in your lane. And it's completely gone cattywampus in just literally the last 6 months, but the last 4 years, it's just turned around, right?
It totally has.
I think 10 years ago, you would say, okay, you've got the conservative Republican side of the equation and the Democrat liberal side of the equation, but there's that graphic. I think I even saw it on X this last week where it shows, this guy who's like, I'm a liberal or I'm a Democrat. And then it shows, or even a centrist, and you just see the left moving further and further left on this meme, and all of a sudden the left's turning back to the centrist guy and being like, "You're a bigot," and he's like, right. "No, I haven't moved. I'm in the same spot."
I think Elon posted that several months ago. And you guys come from a different place than I come from, but I come from here. I come from sort of atheists, free to be you and me, kind of do your own thing, hippie types, and I would have been sort of appalled if someone would have said you're conservative. I would have been like, I'm not conservative. I'm for everything. I'm easy. I want everyone to do what you want to do. Don't hurt me. I was everything, and then they started going crazy, and then I disagreed, and then got painted as this. But the good news is the commerce side has woken up to this, that these people, maybe Michael Jordan knew about it years ago with Republicans buy Nikes as well. Yeah. So I'm not going to insult them, but Angel Studios has been early money with that, and Dry Bar's crazy because I had Jay Leno talking to me about Dry Bar, just all these people. It's in the zeitgeist. I hang out in the comedic community now, and I was just hanging around with Sam Morril and Adam Ray.
You crushed it, by the way,
weekend.
Your special. I was there, and you got a standing ovation in Provo, Utah. That's something else. I remember when we were at when we did this podcast, I said, do you really have 25 minutes of material, Adam? And you're like, no, I'm going to go, and I'm not going to try to figure out the line. I'm just going to make that audience happy. I'm going to do something I've never done before, and it just speaks to your intellect, your craft, your ability to be a true comedian, and you just did a fantastic job.
Well, we'll play a clips and we'll talk about it. But I had a really long philosophical discussion with Sam Morril. He's a very funny stand-up, and backstage for a long time. And I was kind of saying, and so first off, I said Dry Bar, and they're like, oh, yeah, Dry Bar. Yeah, Dry Bar. Everyone knows Dry Bar, which is kind of cool. And Dry Bar, just so everyone knows, is a dry bar. It's a facility that's got a bar in it with no alcohol in it, but everything else. Although you're kind of missing the one part that I go to the bar for.
You're missing the part of the bar that people go to the bar for.
Well, if you had a choice, nothing else, just alcohol.
But we have great snacks.
The snacks.
Brazilian limeade.
Brazilian limeade's amazing.
And the nachos are to die for. So it's a facility, which is really cool. And I love the DIY part of life. You're sitting in my sort of DIY, had a warehouse, built a studio, built some offices, told people to come here and do it here. So I like that. And I've been, doing this here for 15 years. So it's not, Johnny come lately. But you guys have the facility. It's all wired up. It's all cameraed up. It's all teched up. It's all lit up. It's got a cool balcony. It's old school, but has a modern vibe to it. And you have seats set up. I don't know, about 300 people.
Yep,
very
300.
Fun crowd, good crowd. And what I was saying to Sam was, I said, look. He said, I couldn't do clean. I couldn't do clean. I said, no, you can do it. You can do it. And then he goes, yeah, I mean, Jim Gaffigan's clean and Seinfeld's clean and they can do it. I go, oh, you're good. You can do it. You don't want to do it. you can do it, And if you just sort of globally look at it as sort of a challenge, I don't mean dry bar or stand up. I just mean in life. When people go, you go, I could never, swim, to Catalina, or I could never run a half a marathon or adopt a whatever. Like whatever that thing is where you go, I could never go. No, people do it. You can do it. Yes. So that was my thought. Now that it makes it more interesting because it makes it sort of like a challenge and an obstacle course.
Yes.
And when I did Dancing with the Stars, they're like, this is prime time. This is live. This is ABC. You cannot go on with that potty mouth. You can't talk how you talk on cable at night. And I go, okay, that's then that would be my challenge.
Right.
And that's sort of the way I approached it.
What I told your producer before we walked in is I said, Adam might have an issue with his future shows, and that we've had comedians that will go and do a clean set, and then they'll go tour. And they'll have these people come up after them, whether it's like an old lady or some, more conservative person walks up to them and goes, I am so disappointed in your vulgar mouth, young man.
Yes.
I saw you on Dry Bar, and you were so much more clean. And he's like, that's been the issue with Dry Bar. Blew up, it was great, and now I've got people come to my show that are not expecting me to do a different type of set because that's clean isn't his thing.
Jeff Allen was on Dry Bar, and he said, because he's been around forever. And he said Dry Bar is like bigger than Johnny Carson was for a comedian. Like you go and you nail it on Dry Bar, and it just explodes. Like he did more shows after that year than he had done in his career, and so that's where that effect happens. Is that there are other comedians who are normally do a blue show, they do a dirtier show because they're working the clubs. Right. And then they go to the clubs, and these people start showing up, and it's not their audience anymore. So
yeah. Well, look, these are called first world problems. Too many people bought too many tickets and are too disappointed. Cry me a river, I feel I had a conversation with someone about this phenomenon. Like, what if all these, Orthodox Jews and Christians and Sikhs, Shakers and Quakers, candlestick makers, what if they all show up at your show and they're very disappointed? They want to hear the language. I said, I can do the shows without the language that's offensive. I'm not going to do the shows without the ideas that are offensive because offensive ideas, while not inherently offensive, but provocative ideas that's comedy.
Yeah,
that's right.
The shits and the fucks, you can carve those out.
Yeah.
Anybody who has to do a late night set, just carve it out, or a corporate gig. Don't say that.
Yeah, like the core of comedy is that you're telling something that's truthful. That's like a critical idea, and you're articulating it in a way that everybody goes, "Man, that's so true."
You're giving society the permission to talk about the things that they're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah. So what I did is I thought, let's take a look at, I don't know, maybe 2.5 hours of material that I have, and you can start by get rid of the F-bombs and the S-bombs. Okay, get rid of the cursing. All right, fine. That's easily done. Your assistant could do that. Like literally get rid of the cursing. And then the next one is what ideas are we talking about? Because, there's two crossing the lines. There's language, but then there's also content. You're talking about things that are too provocative and too cross that line. So then started whittling it down. And then you get creative. You start trying to go, well, I think this idea can still work, but it's going to have to be reconfigured. We're going to have to change the language a little bit. And I found that to be kind of an interesting process. I didn't find it burdensome.
Was it more difficult or less difficult than you expected?
I have a kind of a confidence that, look, you're going to tell me to do something. If you give me some lead time, I'll work it out and I'll show up and I'll be ready and I'll be prepared. It didn't help that I hadn't run. Okay, so what it was is I had this clean, like you said, 25 minutes, but it was 45 minutes.
Yeah,
like
no,
in
you
my head.
did 45. I mean,
Right.
25 was yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, I was going around playing clubs and theaters, and I didn't want to run my Mormon set for the people who bought a ticket to see me at a theater in Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I mean? Because that's not what they didn't pay for me to experiment with them.
Yeah.
They just wanted the full Monty. That's what they were expecting. So what I would do in an hour and 10-minute set is sprinkle in a little dry bar run. And then get back to
get that feedback loop for that one specific set.
What I couldn't do is put together 45 minutes of squeaky clean for these guys who paid a bunch of money to buy a ticket to come see me in Casper, Wyoming. All right. So at the very end, I had a date in Pasadena at the Ice House here the day before we're coming out to do it, and I had not run the whole thing together at all. And so I said, well, I got to put together like 20 or 25 minutes. And I don't know why, but I'm from the Valley. So I was like, screw you, Ice House. You get what you get.
You're not like the dry bar experience.
Yeah, you're not like the proud people of Wyoming who wait in line to see me. You're just guys from Pasadena.
Comments on your podcast and be like, I paid good money for that.
Good money. So it was like a Tuesday night, and it's like, all right, you get what you get, And so I got up there and I was like, now listen, it's going to be clean. For the first half hour is going to be clean. And they all started booing. And I was like, oh, damn. Oh, man. And then I did it. And, 3 minutes in, they forgot it was clean. They were just hearing
just
jokes.
Enjoying themselves.
And they were laughing like the whole time. And I was like, okay, all right. I think I can do this now. So that's kind of.
Got done with your 30 minutes and said, gotcha. See, It was funny.
Yeah, look, no one can argue with Jim Gaffigan and Jerry Seinfeld and guys
Nate Bargatze, he's killing
Nate Bargatze, guys who work clean. It's a challenge, and if you gave every comedian truth serum, they would go, I'm scared to do clean because it's too hard, and I kind of fall back on some of my stuff, and it's a little bit of a crutch.
Yeah,
but the reality is doing stand-up in and of itself is a challenge in terms of the way most society views stand-up. They go, it is a challenge to go up there alone, not the front man for a band, and you don't juggle. You're not a ventriloquist. Sorry, Jeff Dunham. You go up there alone and you entertain for an hour or 45, whatever it is, right? So they go, that's a challenge. And then within the challenge, you try to build in little crutches and little bits and pieces that kind of make it a little easier. So if you have a catchphrase and you go, get her done, then you can kind of fall back on that a little bit, like take a little bit of the onus off of. Right. And people do that sometimes. If it's a heavy set comedian, they'll make jokes about, make some fat jokes or whatever. Certain ethnicities will fall back on it. So it's anything you can use to not have to do the pure hour of just you being witty.
Yep.
You'll fall back on.
Yep.
It'll just be that much easier. The guy. Sometimes people get that way with crowd work, where they go, "Hey, this guy, look at that shirt. Where'd you get that shirt?" And they start laughing. It's a break.
Yes.
From having to just. It's like sometimes people will be doing like push-ups or something, and then they stop and they get up and they go, yeah. They're not really doing it. They're resting, but it's a way to rest for a second because no one's just going to do push-ups for an hour.
Yep.
But when you kind of get rid of that stuff, that's the part where you go, oh, it's just push-ups for this period of time.
Yeah.
But I had fun.
We had so much fun having you there.
I
was astounded at how well it went.
It's kind of like, I mean, that's life, right?
Yeah.
Like you go through those challenges and you're like, okay, no matter what you're doing, you get to the end, you're like, it's push-ups.
Yeah, but you get it all translates and transferable and carries over to the next challenge or the next whatever that metaphor is. It just goes right.
What was fun
right
to me
there.
is when we've had many times where a comedian will come and there's definitely always lines around Dry Bar, which is exciting because it's kind of known there in Provo and people come all over the state to see it and all over the nation. But when you came into town, I mean, that line was...
It's going around the block.
It went around the block. People were lining, and it was like way ahead of time. People were so excited. I was like, this is really cool to watch, people line up like this and just be so ecstatic about you coming.
My fans tailgate with Yoo-Hoo and grape juice and Gatorade at the Dry Bar, showing up in advance and tailgating with Shirley Temples. You can go to drybarcomedy.com/Adam and see the special, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I was proud to be there. I was happy to do it. The facility was great. The people were great. Everyone from, stage manager to makeup and hair, like a really good, tight, respectful, accommodating crew, and it was just a good overall experience, and I think we're going to probably do some more, right?
Yeah, man, we'd love it.
Love to have that. Love to have you back.
And we'll play a couple of clips for you guys, but I feel remiss because of Homestead, and that's is Neil McDonough
Yes.
in that, right? Good dude. And you guys just met with Kevin Costner. Are we allowed to say that?
Sure.
No?
We did lunch with Kevin.
You did lunch.
Yeah.
That's juice, man.
He said you're very quick. Very quick. Your mind is just incredibly.
You're one of the smartest people he's ever met.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like he's so sharp, and your ability to articulate ideas and just like process things. He was blown away.
That was my first time meeting him, and his story from like his will on everything he's done from when he was a kid to sleeping in a truck to going to Alaska on his own. Like fascinating guy.
I completely agree. I find him to be certainly one of the most genuine guys you'll ever meet in Hollywood, especially a celebrity at his level.
Yep.
Also, he's super decent, and him and I have always just been sort of thick as thieves for no good reason. I've not, have projects to put him in or business, money to seed money for his restaurant chains or anything. He just likes me, and there's nothing not to like about him. Plus, he's got acreage in Ventura County. So if you play your cards right, you can stay in his double wide over there. That's icing on the Costner cake. But he's a good, and also kind of last of the Hollywood throwback good dudes, back when Hollywood had dudes.
He's definitely that type where, you even look at his history. There's so many of his projects that just fall into that middle America, values-based type entertainment. And so he's kind of a classic, almost feels like a, classic Western cowboy.
He wants to tell stories that you guys probably glean that from your lunch. Like I've talked to him on the phone. I had a conversation with him almost 2 hours on the phone. It's like stories. This guy, and he was born, and then he did this, and then he bought that, and then he built that. Like he really into like Americana stories. So I see why Angel Studios would be probably pretty good fit for him. And Costner's always been a little bit of a Hollywood outsider, but he's always been accepted in Hollywood because Hollywood, if they think they can make money off you, they'll never fully push you out of their system. If there's if there's commerce, that's number one. All the ideology stuff, that's kind of second.
Oh,
for them.
I'd say we'd be thrilled to work with him. That would be up to him if he wanted to. We were just doing lunch, and we get to meet some incredible people along this path, and he respects you a lot.
Well, listen, I'm tickled pink. Now, you guys are gaining the sort of little more mainstream effect, respect. Sort of now working with other directors and other stuff that's a little broader than where you started, right?
Well, Dry Bar was our first project, so it has over 154 million viewers, and so it's about as broad as you can possibly get. And it just so happens that if you when you went and did a set that was a new challenge, that set is more broad, and so everything that we've done, we felt like is like general audience type material, and so now Cabrini is a film we launched earlier this year. Mm-hmm. I guess that tested for the coasts, so that surprised us. Like we released a movie that was more popular on the coasts.
Oh, really? Than the flyover states?
Yeah.
Yes,
which is sort of bread and butter for you guys.
That's right.
Yep.
So yes, it is. Angel's getting more broad. To that point.
And there's it was this over the last years. The beginning days when we first rebranded to Angel, you would wear an Angel shirt around, and to your point, there'd be some people who would recognize it. But now it's getting to the point where if I wear an Angel shirt in an airport, I was in Cape Town, South Africa, and this person stopped me and was just like, "Man, I just love what you're doing." Like,
really?
I just love Angel Studios.
Oh, I got off the plane in El Salvador, and a taxi stopped. Just walking out of the airport, a taxi stopped, rolled down the window. Angel, gracias.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's definitely surreal the penetration it's getting to from a brand perspective. Like I don't think we kind of live in our bubble where we're just head down trying to go figure out how to solve these problems and get great stories to the audience. And then when we kind of break out of our bubble, we start realizing, oh wow, this is getting really, really broad.
How does the guild work? Because I think people would be fascinated in the concept and the process of what I know as the guild. It may not be a household term for others, but you guys...
Have you seen your poster?
No, I've not, but thank you. It's me holding a bar of soap.
Adam Comes Clean.
It's called Adam Carolla Comes Clean. The app, if you download the Angel app, you can just click on the Guild button, and then there's a section in the Guild where you can review comedy, you can review films for kids, films for general audience.
Who comprises the Guild?
It's 550,000 people from over 150 countries.
Wow.
Yeah.
And growing very, very rapidly.
And who are the voting members of the Guild?
Those are the voting
all
members.
All of them, yeah.
So it's not a percentage or an algorithm or what have you.
Well, there's every time that your special was submitted to the Guild, then a sample of the Guild voted on Adam Carolla Comes Clean. They passed it.
People can't go into the Guild and search Adam Carolla Comes Clean. I want to review that one. It's really as you go into it, there's a process of randomizing and making sure that we're getting statistically significant data of how people are resonating with it.
Right. So you guys will not greenlight a project if the Guild doesn't greenlight it.
Correct.
And that is
whether it's
60% or 65%,
it's 70. It's a Guild score of 70 for streaming and 85 to be considered for theatrical.
Oh, so you need a plurality of people, or you need the lion's share of the Guild to sign off on a feature.
Yes.
Because it's that big a commitment.
That's right.
The beautiful part about that is it goes back to what Neil was saying when you said you guys are getting really broad. I think the Guild's actually got us to where it's selecting broad titles already. Like you can get to a small market of people who are like, you know what, I just want values that reflect my values. I don't care if the production quality sucks. I don't care if the storytelling's horrible. As long as it's reflecting my worldview. Yeah, those things exist. That's not Angel.
Right.
Like, to get up to those levels where people are giving you their unbiased opinions, they have no incentive to go and say, yeah, this is great. The reality is we've made those metrics very, very difficult to surpass because we don't want it just to be about, this is my worldview. It's entertainment first, and it happens to be interwoven with incredible values that amplify light in a meaningful way. And so that allows us to have stories that are extremely entertaining and excellent, not just those important values.
And it's a super small sample size, but I have a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old boy. They love to play and they fight, and when I come home, they're like, Dad, can we see if there's anything new in the Guild for kids? They love to go to the Guild and they want to vote on what's
And they're
coming.
not gonna. I mean, God knows I have kids. It's not because you're their dad or because you're Dry Bar guy, because you're Angel Studio guy or Guild guy. They either want to watch it or they don't.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yes,
They're not asking to watch their favorite show. They're asking to go to the Guild first.
I said this to Mike August, who was really the guy who honchoed this whole thing. Kind of had a thought about this and me and Dry Bar and all that kind of stuff. And I was talking to him about the next one shooting February, I think. Later February, so I thought. So now, like, I'm on the clock, I'm trying to figure out, all right, I got to get some clean material together. Been doing a lot of R. Kelly stuff lately, probably not going to make the cut over there. Some of the R. Kelly takes, perhaps. But anyway,
who knows?
I said to him, so he's going, wow, this Driver's getting real popular. And I said, but this is kind of a philosophical thing and a joke. I said, don't worry, one day we'll be doing something called Dry Bar After Dark. And I'll get to do all my R. Kelly stuff because it'll get so popular that they'll just give it a little label and then Bill Burr will do a Dry Bar special. It'll be Dry Bar After Dark.
You planted that seed inside of Nate McClellan, who heads up Dry Bar, and he came into the office. He's like, there's a couple elements of Adam Special that were, he slipped up here or there, and he's like, but we're thinking he had a really good idea. Let's do Dry Bar After Dark.
It's coming. One day, maybe not on your watch, but that kid of yours who's not a fan, once he takes over, it's going to be Dry Bar After Dark. I guarantee it. Well, it is something that happens in success. You start broadening and then you open another division and then there's a kind of a thing where you go, well, we'll just separate it from this by calling it that, but it'll be the same sort of parent company because, one of the challenges that comes with success, whether you're selling salad dressing or entertainment, is popularity. You know, you start going, we'd save a lot if we use sunflower oil instead of olive oil in the olive oil mix, and you go, how much? Well, it's that, it's a quarter a unit, but we sell a lot of units now. And then you start, next thing you know, there's sunflower oil getting mixed in with the... So, it's a problem you'd want to have.
It is. It's going to be a hard one for us to overcome because we've made this brand promise that Angel represents the audience and the Guild.
But this is
the
after
Guild
dark.
can detect.
This is the Guild After Dark. It's a different thing.
So I want to say this because I think that there's the Guild actually goes to one of the things I told someone is I said the canvas that you use is actually less relevant when the values of the canvas are in the right spot. And what I mean by that is we had a movie that just came through. We're releasing it in January. It's called Brave the Dark. Beautiful film. Guild passed it with flying colors. It was a very, very graphic movie. Very graphic. Where it was like, holy smokes, this, I don't want to give anything away, but, it shows this kid go through these extremely traumatizing things with his parents. There was lots of blood, and now the Guild passed that with flying colors because they were just like, the principles that are in this movie are really, really important. And people need to know that they exist and they're important. And so I think with comedy, there's a lot of comedy that maybe It's not to say that it'll never look like the clubs.
Right.
But we've had comedians slip up and swear, do X, Y, Z, and people still love those comedians because they know they're trying and they're trying to do it in a way that is really pleasing that general audience. And so I just think the guild will get broader. It will likely approve things.
In fact, we had something that went to the guild almost a year ago and didn't pass.
Which I was bummed about because I loved the film.
Yeah, and then later on it came back for because we'll take on projects for a.
Let me just jump in for a second.
Go ahead.
What are you presenting to the guild? Because it's obviously not the feature.
No, we do present the entire feature.
Oh, you shoot the feature first?
No. So we'll present a short.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying. A sizzle reel, a synopsis, a breakdown.
It's usually like a scene. We'll go shoot a scene.
Right.
But
you have to present them with something.
Before we go to market, we do the whole feature.
But you can't get the thumbs up from the guild with a finished picture. That's not your model. Yeah. So you show them a 4-minute, a 5-minute, like a sizzle, a scene.
Yes. But for there are lots of projects that are independently produced, and they come to us afterwards. They already shot the whole thing. I see. They come in and say, "Hey, I've got a film.
Right.
It's a great film." They submitted to us, didn't quite pass for theatrical, and we were bummed about it. They went and did their own theatrical release, and then they came to us and said, "Hey, are you interested in launching it into the streaming in the guild to actually because we have a rev share model with that." And we ran it through the guild again, and the guild had grown. I mean, we had put on 110,000 members last month.
Last month.
And so the guild had grown so much that that same movie, that the narrower audience had said, not quite for us, the broader audience said, this is great.
So when something's produced independently outside Angel Studios, you'll take a scene that may represent that movie nicely and feed that to the guild. Or inside.
Let's take Homestead, for example. Homestead, they showed the opening scene of Homestead. This won't give anything away. There's a covert nuke that is detonated off the coast of Los Angeles. So that's the way the movie opens. They showed that scene to the guild. That's how they got the whole project greenlit. And then when we got done, we took the whole feature and put it in front of a sample of the guild as well to try to get the final cut as strong as possible before going to theaters.
Our conventional studios, which are I don't know that they're all struggling, but the old model's a little tough. I mean, I think what you guys are doing is what podcast is or was to terrestrial radio. I used to go to a place and do radio on the Miracle Mile on Wilshire.
Right.
The building, the parking structure was worth far more than all the studios of the top 20 podcasts in the world put together. They paid more just for the parking. And then the building and the security and the lobby and the guy with the floor buffer and stuff. And you'd go up to the 7th floor and they took over the whole 7th floor. And you're like, we're just doing a kind of leaner, meaner, more efficient version of that. Now the product is just your voice out. And that's fine, and then you figure out a way to monetize it. But we're doing it without the parking structure and the 30-story commercial building on Wilshire and prime real estate right in the middle of Los Angeles. So Angel Studios is kind of doing that version of podcasting, what is to big terrestrial radio several years ago, let's say. Now, other studios and terrestrial studios, we'll call them, like traditional studios, they have to take notice of what you're doing. Some don't like it because they feel like it's competing with them and they're doing it much leaner and much meaner. But there also has to be others, folks sort of sending feelers over and kind of checking it out and going like, well, how does this guild work, for instance? And what if we formed our own guild over here at Hulu? That there's got to be some cherry picking of people and brain picking of others. There must be something that's going on.
Absolutely, yeah. And we've heard through the grapevine from people who are in those meetings at the studios. We have yet to have anyone compete directly with us, but there's a lot of talk on how to compete with Angel, and bring it on. Like we figure if the industry moves more towards the audience, that's a win for the audience.
Yeah, we had a friend, that we know, and he's a financial advisor for some of the big guys at Disney, and and one of them, they were talking about he learned that he knew us. And the Disney guy was like, man, there's not an executive meeting that goes by right now that Angel's not being talked about. That was cool. It's kind of an interesting compliment where people are going, hold on a sec, what's happening here? Because it's true, there hasn't really been in the last 100 years a meaningful disruption in the entertainment space. Like there's been little disruptions here and there. Sure, Netflix brought on the streaming model, but it's kind of, in some regards, replicated some of the same issues around misalignment of incentives and causing the production budgets to continue to escalate out of control. And so it hasn't really solved the core of the issues inside the entertainment space. It just moved it to streaming. And so there's definitely rumblings, but to Neil's point, like, competition's great. Like that's going to cause our team to be on our toes. It's going to cause us to perform better. We're going to be more efficient. We're going to serve our audience better. I think the last thing we actually want to happen, and it's one of the reasons I love what Elon does, is when he open sourced all his patents for Tesla, he's just like, bring it on, let's go. Like anybody who wants to compete with me, jump right into the
and then there's a certain thing. It's Mike Tyson fights Buster Douglas, says that guy punches like a mule kicks, and then 6 months later they do it again. You know what I mean? Which is Tyson wanted to fight him again because of how hard he hit.
Yeah. Yep.
Now that's a Tyson mentality, but that's a real kind of warrior mentality. Most people be like, well, let's not get in the ring with this guy again because of how he punches. That had to feel good, bringing up Angel Studios and just about every one of these meetings that these studios are having.
It feels good, but to be honest, I can't remember the last time I woke up in the morning and was like, okay, what is Disney doing today?
Yeah.
Like it's just not on my brain from the standpoint of like we're really thinking about how we view the world, which is an incentive-based structure that is benefiting the filmmakers and the distributors and the studios equally based on their contribution to the ecosystem, and then that the content is vetted by the audience.
Yeah, I found the audience interesting because I'm from, atheists from North Hollywood is basically how I grew up, and I was like, who are these people? Are they Mormons? Are all of them Mormons? Are they 70% Mormon?
That's a good question.
I don't know. How clean is this audience? Like, I know how clean you guys are. I'm not sure, if I told them a couple off-color jokes in the parking lot, they wouldn't enjoy it.
We're the type of Mormons who will say, no, it's members of the Church of Jesus Christ. Like, we'll correct you. That's the kind of members we are. But when we actually did a survey of our audience, about 2% of the U.S. population are members. And our guild was at 3%. So it just barely over-indexes.
So who's coming out to those shows?
It's to the shows at Dry Bar?
Yeah.
That is going to be predominantly the LDS community because it's Utah, it's Provo.
They seem pretty loose and fun. At least we have a version of them here in atheist land where they're uptight and they're clutching their pearls all the time, Didn't seem like loose and fun.
I think that might have somewhat to do with the fact that, we advertised the Adam Carolla stand-up special, and so everybody who in Utah County was like, let's go! That's Adam Carolla, let's go!
I'm sure.
And so you might have got the more loose and fun part of Utah.
I got the ringers. The Cracker Jacks. I skimmed the cream off the top of the Provo populace.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, I think, if you look at the guild as a whole, not taking into account the live attendees at Dry Bar, it is a pretty direct representation of what you're going to see in the United States. It's all over in all states.
And who sees these specials outside? But they end up with millions of views, right?
Yeah, we have over 150 million viewers. And it goes across YouTube, Facebook, SiriusXM, Spotify. Like
you guys getting a SiriusXM?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, I think we have a clip or two from the Dry Bar special. I'm not sure which ones they are. Someone picked them.
I think the problem with Olympic fencing is the outfits. You know, they dress like X-ray technicians with a spaghetti colander on their head. They should be forced to wear the outfits of their country swordsmen from back in the day, right? You'd watch that. France would have a musketeer, you know, a guy with a boot up to here and a suede vest and a felt hat with a feather in it. Japan would have a samurai. United States, a homeless guy with a machete. He's got a load in his sweatpants. He's missing a flip-flop, shirtless, stole someone's food, threatening judges.
Hey, that's funny. And totally clean.
So great. Such a great joke. So good.
Well, I'm glad you are so easily impressed.
No, we're not. I mean, that's the thing here's the beautiful part about Angels Guild is when you're taking people in their homes where they don't feel judged by anybody else. Mm-hmm. They're on their TV, and someone popped up. The whole special comes through, and then we send it through the Angel Guild to a random sampling. They're on their home and their TV, and they have zero incentive to say, I like this because I like it.
Right.
They have no one judging them. There's no peer pressure. You're not getting groupthink. And they're just telling you exactly what they feel. They're saying, yeah, this is hilarious, or nah, didn't really hit for me. And the same goes for all the types of different genres of content. And so, yeah, we're laughing, you're saying easily impressed, but the reality is that was a sampling of 550,000 people who said, this is an exceptional
funny
stand-up bit.
Well, I think we may have a second clip, and I'm curious which one this is as well.
The other big complaint I hear is the line at the bathroom, right? When you go to the concert, you go to the sporting event, ladies are nodding. You know what I'm talking about. Maybe after the show here, big line in the ladies' room. No waiting at the boys' room, right? All right, but let me explain why that is, ladies. There's a reason for that. When you women get into the bathroom, you demand a little something called dignity. You want your own miniature house with a door and a latch and a lock and a potpourri basket, and they're pumping in you in, and you're just sitting there, the queen on her throne, taking your sweet time. Now, if you didn't want to go with the dignity, there would be no waiting. Guys, we got no dignity, we get no waiting. We get a universal trough. We all step to it at once. And we hook arms. No dignity, no waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
That concept. Cleanish. Little bathroom humor, literally, but still
great.
on the cleaner side.
It was great. It's fantastic.
Well, let me give everyone, you can go to drybarcomedy.com/Adam, and you can watch the entire special. And I think it's like 35, 37 minutes or somewhere in that neighborhood. Free, right? Everything's
jump
free.
in there, watch it.
Jump in there and watch it. I'm very proud of it. And and again, I look at it as an accomplishment because it was sort of when you, I don't know, laid the gauntlet down a little, like, hey, you should do a thing. I'm in the habit of not saying no to people. I just look at it as like, all right, let's give it a shot. But I really did think, it's going to be a challenge. So all right. So back from Florida, and God, I got thoughts. I got thoughts about stuff. First off, I don't know what happened to everyone, but when did adults get this dumb, and especially adults who work in a specific business? Like, the thing about a trade, when you're in a trade, you actually know the trade. Like you understand how it goes. you understand the fight game,
business, yeah.
and then there's trades, and they would understand the trades. But so I had a long run, did a bunch of shows in Florida, and it started leaving L.A. And I got to L.A., LAX, went to the airport, got there about 8:05 in the morning. And I went to go get the kiosk to get the bag tag for the merch bag.
Talk to the robot.
Get the merch, get the kiosk tag. And I punched in the stuff and it said, you're locked out.
Oh.
Then August showed up and he punched in his thing and it said, you're locked out. And then the woman who worked for Delta or American or whatever airline we're flying on came by. And we said, what's going on with the machine? And she said, well, you got to go check in person. You got to go to the counter. And we said, well, why can't we just get it out of the kiosk? And she said, you're too late. You're too late. It's 45 minutes before the flight takes off.
That's the cutoff.
You get locked off. You get locked out. Yes. So Mike and I both looked at our watch and said, the flight is at 9:05 a.m. It's 8:11.
There's going to be math in this part of the talk.
Not as much as
11,
not as much as you think.
Minus 5, but it's 1 hour forward.
I just went.
So
no.
you carry the.
No.
Is it 60? I have to do.
I just said
5.
It's more than 45 minutes for when the flight takes off.
I get it.
The flight's 9:05, and this is 8:11.
I don't know if your math checks out.
And she goes, yeah, 45 minutes locked off. Then I said again, yeah, but not 45 before the flight. You mean 45 before boarding? And she said, no, takeoff. And I said, yeah, but we're outside of 45 before takeoff.
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, 45 takeoff, you get locked out. And then Mike said, yeah, we're not outside. We're outside of that. We're not inside of that. We should be able to check our bag. And she goes, it's 45. And then I said, yeah, from boarding, right? She went, nope, take off. And she used her hand. And she went, shh.
American Sign Language.
She did the hand. She did the hand move. Shh. She made a sound. She said, no, take off. Shh. She pushed her hand into the air. And I said, for like the 5th time, I said, yep, we're outside of that window. It is 8:11 and our flight's 9:05.
Did you make a clock with your hand and go tick, 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 tick,
it's
tick,
not
tick?
45 minutes. And she went, you guys, it's 45 minutes. And I said, okay. At a certain point, Mike and I got tired and we went to the gate. We went to the desk. And we checked the bag. It was fine. I don't know what this woman does, though. Here's my question. What the fuck do you do? What do you do? Just walk around and confuse everyone?
But when someone stops helping you, you move on to the next person. This lady is obviously an NPC, well cloaked, and she just cannot get out of her script.
I get it. I get it. But it's like, why are you walking around fucking people up? And everyone, listen to me. Listen to me. Can you entertain the notion that you may not be right about something? Can you entertain it? Like when I go, hey, listen, the flight's 9:05. It's 8:11. That's not 45 minutes. Can you stop? Can you stop and go, yeah, maybe you're right. Oh, no, you're right. Can you stop? Can you stop and entertain the notion that the trajectory that you're on a trajectory, it's the wrong course, it's the wrong direction. Can you stop for a second and pause and go, oh, maybe I'm hustling down the wrong road here? Or do we have to just dig in? Does everyone just have to dig in and go, no, this is what we're doing? I told her 7 times. I was like, it's not takeoff. It can't be takeoff. It can't be takeoff. It has to be It has to be boarding. It can't be takeoff. Boarding, we're inside of that or outside of that. It can't be that. And she just kept, never paused, never tapped on the brakes, never said anything other than we were wrong, even though she was saying something that was mathematically nonsensical.
Nah, their job is just to corral, say the same words over and over again, just to corral people that way.
I get it, but when you have two
smartish
white dudes,
saying, I didn't know there's a racial component to this. You kind of were doing an accent.
I mean, listen, we
now
came
it's
up
a given.
At the Porsche.
Like every male flight attendant probably gay, and every lady behind the counter probably black.
The group that came up with Porsche and put the man on the moon, they're the white guys. You know, I'm just saying, like at a certain point, maybe at a certain point, just pause, just tap the brake, just pause and go, what's that again? Let's see, 9:05? Yeah, it is 8:11, so that's probably not under 45. That's all. Just a pause.
We have vastly different airport experiences. I walk through the whole airport and basically get an over the pants handy the whole time.
What do you mean, in the pat down?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that part too. That's just for extra fun.
I was just like, all right. So we just went to the counter. We checked in. That was fine. Then earlier today, I just flew out of Florida. I get the real ID discussion.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know who the coach up people. So we pull in, we're trying to check the bag, and the chick behind the counter goes, she looks at my license and she goes, "Oh, you have the real ID yet? Do you have the star?" I go, no, not yet. She goes, oh, wow, we're past the date. I go, oh, I need the real ID. Yeah, there's a problem. And I'm like, for a millisecond, not a millisecond, like 5 seconds, I'm like, oh, I'm not flying today. Then I'm not flying. I'm not leaving Florida. Yeah. I go, when is this? She goes, that is May 7th. I go,
no.
Then Mike goes, it's May 5th, right? And she goes, you got to get the real ID. And Mike goes, but wait, what's today? We've been traveling for fucking 4 days. I don't know what day it is. Mike goes, but isn't it I go, Mike, what day is today? She goes, you gotta get that ID. Like I'm back on my heels.
Yeah,
I'm staying in Florida. I'm not getting on this flight. She goes, 7th. I go, Mike goes, today's the 5th, right? She goes, yeah. And I go, well, then we're good, right? She goes, yep, you got to get that real. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Just shut up.
I gotta
why do you
up.
do this?
Yeah.
Why?
I just
why
got
this?
the coach up from a whimsical black man who looked like Coach Carter. He's like, got to get that ID. And I was like, yes, sir. So, again, just go smooth for me at the airport.
My new modus operandi is I stand there when the ladies start talking, and they go, you got to get the real ID or you can travel with your passport, but you should go down and you need to make sure that you get it before. And I just stand there and I just look at them the whole time. I don't open my mouth. I don't nod my head. I don't make a peep. I give no affirmation. I do nothing. I just stand there and stare at them the whole time until they run out of fucking real estate. And then at some point they stop. And then I leave. I don't nod. I don't look at them. I don't do anything. I give them nothing.
Refrigerator.
Like, keep fucking
master.
talking. Keep talking, bitch. I'm fucking leaving. Yes. Thank you. Thanks for scaring the fuck out of me and Mike. Okay. All right. So there's that. Then there's this one. And listen, we got to fix this. There's an article. And the article is Robert De Niro and Robert De Niro's daughter, son. I don't know what the fuck. Listen.
Used to be.
Dawson, you've been around long enough. I said for a million years, I'm like, Robert De Niro and Bruce Springsteen never said a fucking word into a microphone other than business, either singing or acting. They never said a word. Nobody knew what Robert De Niro's thoughts were other than he was an actor.
Right. The only words that Springsteen said were 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Actually, it didn't start with 1. 2, 3, 4. I don't know what happened to 1. What happened to 1? Too confusing for Clarence? 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2. Okay. The point is De Niro never spoke. We didn't know who he was. He was a genius. He was a genius actor. Yeah. He was a savant genius actor, and that's all we knew. And then at some point, he started showing up on The View, and there you're like, and now it's like, oh, this guy's an old retard. Oh, I thought he was a genius actor, but he's not. He's a fucking old retard. And we never knew. We never knew it. I always said, my suspicion was De Niro was not a genius, and neither was Bruce Springsteen. They were gifted and a genius at what they did.
And then he met the Fockers.
It did not make him an overall genius. I mean, he had a gift like an artist has a gift, but it doesn't make them smart. They have a gift at what they do. And he outed himself. And in my opinion, fucked his legacy up because you have to look back to like 2002 Robert De Niro. We just went, I don't know who that guy is, but he's a fucking genius. And that's all we knew. And now we're like, oh, that guy's a fucking libtard. That's what we think now. Because he goes on The View and sounds like an asswipe. And so now his kid is transitioning or something. But the problem, I've said it a million times, the problem with the transitioning or the any of these articles is they identify the way they, then she went into the bathroom, then she pulled out her penis, then they raped the 9-year-old with her penis and they penis. It's like, I don't know what the fuck I am. I don't know where I am because you guys won't. You have to do the old. Here's the thing. If I just read the headline, Dawson, you'll know what I'm talking about here. Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro shares love and support for his daughter, Erin, after she comes out as transgender.
All right, hold on a second. So it's his daughter that comes out as transgender. So then his daughter's now his son?
No.
Yeah, I know, but it's not his daughter. His daughter didn't come out as trans. His son came out as trans and is now his daughter.
This is why proper verbs. I don't know, some type of
read it one more time. It's always confusing.
Robert De Niro shares love and support for his daughter Erin after she comes out as transgender.
All right, so I'm old and I'm set in my ways, but if I see this headline, I think his daughter comes out as trans.
I got it. Yeah, it's backwards.
I have a son. Yeah. I have a son.
Yeah.
I have a son and I have a daughter.
If Sonny came out as Cher?
If I said Adam Carolla's son comes out as trans,
I think it would affect you. Same with De Niro. It's like something, there's a phenomenon out there.
I have a son, I have a daughter. If somebody said Adam Carolla's son comes out as trans, I would assume Sonny transition because I have a son.
Your daughter.
Jesus fucking Christ. So it's his son that came out as trans, but in the article it says his daughter, and then they do she. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Sorry, go ahead.
They also get confused themselves in Variety because the third paragraph starts with, in a recent sit down with them.
That's the whole thing. Them, they, them. It's Jesus fucking Christ. We are so goddamn nuts. You people are so nuts. Just knock it off. It doesn't exist. These are idiots, and they're nut jobs. They're nuts.
De Niro says, I loved and supported Aaron, Aaron, as my son. And now I love and support Erin, Airyn, as my daughter.
Maybe it's Erin?
I don't know what the big deal is.
Yeah.
Do we need to Okay. Wait, what's the female Aaron?
I know.
ERIN.
ERN. Why not just go there?
Right.
You had Aaron. You're there. You had Aaron. You had to make up a new word for Aaron. AIYN.
That's the Elven spelling.
Oh, God. These fucking people are such a mess.
She's in a guild.
And here's the whole thing. Please, could we stop supporting these fucking retard narcissists? Could we stop it? Stop. It's our fault. We listen. Everyone should have been shut the fuck up. Your name's Aaron. Get the fuck on with it. Don't care. It's so nuts.
In 25 years, we'll all be chipped.
Can't transition. There's no higher rate or whatever. They're fucked
There's a higher
up.
suicide rate among those who do transition.
They're fucked up in the head. They need counseling. That's it. Not a scalpel. Not drugs.
Well, here's the narcissism thing. Aaron De Niro said, there's a big difference between being visible and being seen. I've been visible. I don't think I've been seen yet.
I like
Why do we need to see
the
you?
idea of
You're
that's
visible.
her voice.
Like it's more like life is a stage and everyone's an actor and some of them are looking for a higher day rate.
It's all fucking narcissism. Please, let's stop supporting this insanity. All right. There was another story that is there was a story about the Waymo driverless cars that were like recharged in Santa Monica. I don't know if you saw that.
They're recharged? I'm familiar with the product.
They charge. I've never driven in one. Have
I've
you?
never driven in one either, but I we had a story a while back of somebody getting caught on the way to the airport and couldn't get out of it. Just had to call tech support, somebody in overseas.
They recharge, but every thing with wheels on it now has a backup beeper.
Yeah.
And the backup beeper is waking up everybody in the surrounding Santa Monica area. By the way, I hate everyone who lives in Santa Monica, so I don't give a fuck about you progressive retards. I'm always like, good. When they go, oh, the homeless guy took a machete. I'm good. Get what you fucking vote for. Keep voting for that shit, you idiots. But the Waymos were like backing up, and I just thought, what year is it? Do we need the buzzer? Do we need the backup? Does everything have to have a backup buzzer?
I like the sexy
now?
luxury car one with
something. It doesn't have to be a beep. First off, who's standing in the parking lot at the Waymo place at 4 a.m.?
Yeah.
And you can get out of the way. I made it through my whole childhood with nary a backup beeper because if a trash truck was backing up, you would get the fuck out of the way. You just moved. You saw the truck. The truck is huge. It's backing up. I think we have this story, Cheryl. Play it.
Neighbors in Santa Monica say they are losing sleep after a fleet of self-driving cars moved in next door. People living near that lot full of Waymo cars say they are having trouble resting and working in their own homes.
KTLA 5's Lauren Lister live now with Santa Monica with more on the ongoing noise complaints. Lauren?
This is news.
Hi there. Maybe you've seen a Waymo driverless taxi on the road. Maybe you've even ridden in one. But some neighbors that live next to this charging station say that a noise they make is a nuisance. Waymo driverless taxis are now a part of life in SoCal.
Well, honestly, it's pretty cool. I think the Waymos are awesome. Like, it's a driverless car. That's pretty cool.
But some neighbors next to the Waymo
Hold on a second. I don't know. What year is it? Do we need to talk to the guy on the street? Dude. The premise of the dude on the street. You know what I mean? He was a good dude. He kept to himself. I liked the guy. I didn't know he was capable of killing everybody. But he was all right. Like, I don't know, this weird talk to somebody who offers nothing, who offers nothing.
He was strolling down the street.
Those guys have a car. That's cool because they have they're with the car and stuff.
No driver.
Okay, it's a driverless car. We got it. We don't. What is he adding to this? Is what I'm saying.
Little local flavor there.
It's never
we
like
wanted an opinion,
Waymo.
so we asked this dude.
Yeah, I like that guy.
It's not like Waymo head engineer Ross Johnson. We'll speak to him. It's just dude in Santa Monica.
Unemployed Seth tells us.
Seth. Hey, yeah. Well, they have cars with the stuff, so that's cool. I want to hear what he added. What did he add to this story? I want to hear what this guy
Look at the
added.
boyish smile.
I like this guy.
No cow.
Well, honestly, it's pretty cool. I think the windows are awesome. Like, it's a driverless car. That's pretty cool.
But some.
Yeah. Okay. We got it. We
Biting
got that
commentary.
So
We're
cool
all
3
schooled up.
times.
Yeah. It's pretty cool with the car, but doesn't have the driver person. All right. Well, back to you.
Chef, he's in the back seat. Zoinks.
All right. Let's hear the rest of the story.
This car. That's pretty cool.
But some neighbors next to the Waymo charging station at Euclid and Broadway in Santa Monica say there is a downside they can't escape. It's the backup noise, the beeping, every time a Waymo reverses.
Well, yeah, it's one of the most annoying noises I can think of.
Dozens of people have signed a Change.org petition that reads in part, the new Waymo station has turned our once peaceful neighborhood into a hub for noise pollution, an incessant disturbance that hinders both our tranquility during the day and peace during the night.
It's irritating. This neighborhood has a lot of noise, and to add one more level to it is not fair, I think, to this neighborhood. And so I know some people have been kept up at night and then woken up.
She adds to the piece.
She's ran a rich tapestry of information. There's people. Well, the neighborhood's already noisy, but this makes it for more noisier. And then others are. Some people have to sleep with it, but they get up because of the noise.
But Ace, think of the casting. She looks like she's miserable.
First off,
she's sad right now.
I saw the apartment. I know Santa Monica. Half that shit's rent control, so you can shut the fuck up. Just move out, cheap fucks, or eat a dick. Your fucking rent control, or shut the fuck up, because this is rent control. All right, but anyway, she's adding a layer of information we didn't normally have. This is a place where there's noise, but now there's more noise.
Another layer
of noise, and then some people. I know people that wake up and stuff. Okay.
In the middle of the night.
A lawyer for one neighbor says her client is kept up at night. And after he protested, Waymo took legal action.
So my client engaged in justifiable protest, and Waymo attempted to obtain a restraining order against him, which was denied outright.
Some are fans of the cars, but not of living near the station.
Love it. I think it's cool, but it is annoying that it's right there.
For these roommates,
we live right there.
The Waymo backup noise is a consistent part of working from home.
I have to deal with this noise every time I'm on a call with someone.
In a statement, Waymo says, we strive to be good neighbors in the cities that we operate and are committed to being a positive presence in Santa Monica. We are in ongoing conversation with the city's Department of Transportation and actively working to explore and implement mitigations that address neighbors' concerns. Waymo would not comment on that neighbors' legal issues. Now, as for the city of Santa Monica, a spokesperson does say that they are working with Waymo to resolve the issues.
All right, can I say this? The backup beeper's now officially more harm than good. It's if you can't get the fuck out of the way, that's on you. I can't take it anymore. Every van, every truck, every delivery, every Waymo, every garbage truck, everything has a fucking backup beeper. Everything. I mean, literally every truck you get from Home Depot, every forklift, everything is just fucking knock it off. We're done. Or figure it out.
Well, these are driverless cars in a driverless car recharging lot.
So what are they doing?
Who are they alerting to their presence? No one.
Yeah, Ace, you're the reverse Ralph Nader.
Unsafe at any speed, these Waymos are. It just, in Europe, they have some sort of sound. I don't know what it is, but it's not neat. It's like it works to shoo people. Also, all right, let's all just put our minds together. Can we just do this?
All right, I'm trying.
Okay. I want everyone to put their thinking hat on. In your life, in your entire life, do you know anybody who got backed over? Does anyone know anyone? Here, I'll give you two options. Here's the two options. Died of secondhand smoke or backed over. Because my entire adult life, I've been either hearing neat, 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 or hearing about secondhand smoke.
Nah, the Russian kid from Star Trek.
That kid got pinned against a gate in a Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah, but if the backup
it wasn't
was
back, it wasn't backing up.
All right.
Don't think you can fucking squeeze your shitty stories past me. I know every story.
I know, bud.
He got pinned.
I know.
Because of
I'm
a
just
defect.
trying to
No, I get it.
argue in the affirmative here.
I'm saying the backup beeper in secondhand
I
smoke.
know.
Every 10 feet, I have to be alerted about secondhand smoke and backup beepers. I'm fucking done. Leave it alone. It's done. No more. Wait for somebody to get backed over. I don't know anyone who's ever backed over. I've never been in danger of being. Has it ever happened where like a cement mixer was just backing up and you were just standing behind it going, huh?
Yeah. But it was back when I was drinking.
Fucking bullshit. It drives me nuts. And good. I anytime anyone in Santa Monica can be annoyed, I'm happy. Sorry, is there a few seconds left? I like the guy and his roommate.
Me too.
This is why I couldn't be a reporter, because they're like, we're home all day. How about you get a fucking job, bro? And then you would leave, and then you wouldn't have to hear the backup beeper because you would be at a place called work, where people go to make money. Okay.
Noise codes are being violated. They also say a challenge is that they don't have jurisdiction to regulate Waymo. That's done at the state level. They also say federal regulations require vehicles like this to beep when backing up loud enough to alert pedestrians or cyclists. That's the latest here in Santa Monica. I'm Lauren Lister, KTLA 5 News.
Can we get Seth on the phone, though?
Can I say this, though? The backup beeper does not need to travel 70 nautical miles. It doesn't need to travel that. Every backup beeper I've heard, I've been in bed on the second floor of a fucking house, and that street is across the street. It's like
fair,
it's down the street.
You didn't get hit, so it's working.
I know, I'm in bed. Like, why do I need to hear it from... Okay, why do I need to hear it from 1,000 feet away? Couldn't it just be contained to 20 feet?
That's what I'm talking about. The luxury vehicles with the whoa, 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 whoa. That should be standard.
My grandfather, Laszlo Gorok, old Jew, he had a sound. He had a sound. He made a sound. Old Jews have sounds. Ben Glebe will tell us about the sounds. He had a sound. I'd be sleeping on his sofa. He'd come in and want me to pee in the bucket. This is not to pee in a sofa. He'd come in and go, hey, and I'd be like, huh? What? I'd wake up. He didn't have a fucking air horn like he was starting a regatta. He just make a little sound. And that was enough. It alerted me, is what I'm saying. He didn't do it from across the street. You could hear him. Why the range?
He signaled you like you're getting out of Alcatraz.
Yeah, the Europeans have some sort of backup sound that's like a or something, which is fine. You could do it. I mean, first off, you have to be standing behind the car. Like, you have to be within 8 feet of the car. Why are people... These guys live upstairs in an apartment on the other block. Why are they hearing it, is what I'm saying.
I think they overcompensate because a trash truck, they really don't want you running into it. They really don't want a car running into it, so they're just going overboard.
Everything is the same. It's all the same decibels. It's all fucking loud. It's all annoying, and we're all coached up. Nobody's behind a trash truck anymore. The European low-frequency backup beeper, also known as a white noise or multi-frequency alarm, is designed to warn people, vehicle while minimizing noise pollution.
See, I guess I got it right. Low frequency. I know.
It's not, we have the technology. Okay. We have the technology for a robot driverless car. Don't we have the technology for a backup beeper that's not neat? We don't have the technology for that. We have a car with no driver that you can summon with your phone and will take you wherever you want in the city. We don't have the technology for the backup beeper.
Sorry, Ace. Just not up to it. Let the eggheads in China figure it out.
All right. Ben Glebe is out there, one of my favorites. We'll take a quick break. We'll bring him in right after this.
People are so weird. It's just so hard to meet people. People are weird on dates. They say strange things. I had a date a few years ago, and I was having a nice, normal, light first date conversation, and then out of the clear blue sky, she got real deep on me out of nowhere. Out of the clear blue sky, she goes, I just hope that one day we can unwind some part of the male patriarchal system that's been in control for so long. I said, okay, I won't ask you to call me daddy then.
Ben Glebe is on the Adam Carolla Show.
Ben Glebe back in studio.
Yeah.
Got a lot going on. A lot going on,
This is
Ben
true.
Glebe does. Good to see you, my friend. And Ben's got, are there dates? Let's see. The 5th anniversary of his virtual comedy show, Glebe Off Top, is available.
Off the top. I don't know why that got left off.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seemed like it was missing something.
Grammatical.
Off the top. I'll write that in there.
Thank you.
That's available on Zoom. Available on Zoom. Sunday.
You're going to have a Zoom party in 2025.
March 25th.
Sunday, March 25th.
Sick.
Yeah, I do a monthly virtual show for the last 5 years.
Sick.
Hold on, March or May?
That's a great question. May.
Yeah,
May 20. A lot
Okay,
of
good.
May 25th. And people from around the world join, and we have a virtual. We exist in Madtown. My fans are the Mad Ones. I'm the Mad King, and we have this very weird, improvised, strange show. I smoke weed with the audience during the show, and it's just a weird show. It's a lot of fun. Camera and mic on. They get to be with me in
25th.
studio. 25th. Tickets at nowherecomedy.com. You can be part of it. You
I
can
just
be high
got
with
back
me.
from Florida, and every third sign was vape. The Vape King, the vape, everything was vape. And then I sort of realized we're so fucked up as a culture that we were all against vaping when it was tobacco, but then at some point vaping became pot, and now we're cool. Like, oh, that's good.
And I think that's helped also bring vaping with tobacco back, or nicotine vaping back. Because I do some of that, and I shouldn't. I don't buy them, but sometimes someone leaves it at my house, and then I'm now a vapor for the next month until it runs out of juice. I really love it. It makes so much smoke. It's a very exciting experience.
The tobacco vape.
Correct.
We're so...
I don't think it's tobacco. It's nicotine.
Oh, nicotine. Sorry.
I wish
we
they
are
could put
so
tobacco in it.
fucking stupid as a society.
Yeah.
I talk to so many dumb people all the time.
Yeah. I'm one of them. Like I think it's very dumb to do, and I love
it's
it.
not. It's fine.
Okay,
it
good.
doesn't. It's
Okay, good.
Okay. I have to explain to people over and over. Nicotine is not a thing. It doesn't really matter. It's like caffeine. Who
Right.
gives a fuck? Nicotine is not bad for you. Nicotine is fine. Nicotine probably has some benefits.
Right.
So shut the fuck up with your nicotine talk.
Sure,
What's
fair.
bad is the smoke part,
Right.
but
And
not the vapor part.
The cheap Chinese coil that they're making for 1 cent and
Whatever
putting
that
your
is,
smoke
we're
in that
so
all day.
Fucking nuts.
Heating
like, I have
it
to
up.
see commercials like vaping, brain poison and stuff. It's not. We're not. It's secondhand fucking smoke. It's nonstop talk. Shut the fuck up. Your kid's fat. He's eating bullshit all day. There's coloring and everything. His brain is fucking fried from staring at his phone. Don't worry about vaping.
Okay.
Don't worry about nicotine. So it's like,
But are you not worried about the cheap Chinese coil we're heating up and inhaling through that all day?
Everyone is eating shit.
Yeah,
We're like
right.
ingesting
That's true.
shit.
That's true.
Focus on that. Once we got that cleared up, we can get to the vape or the nicotine or the coil. But until then, shut the fuck up.
Thank God for RFK. He's taking all the brainworms for us. He's taking them on the dome for us.
Everything. It's like, we need the kids because they have to eat with the SNAP program and stuff. They're all fat.
Yeah,
They're all morbidly
yeah,
obese.
yeah.
Don't worry about their food. Less food. They should be eating less.
Cutting benefits to poor children.
Yes,
I think that's
cut
the move
it
for sure.
Cut it.
Yeah.
They're fucking fat, Ben.
Right.
Knock it the fuck off.
Yep.
It's
Maybe
better for them. Let their fucking parents make them
They
food.
should probably move. They should probably move more. I think they're not moving a lot.
They're not moving. They're eating shit. They're fine. And by the way, we don't need Snap for fucking Mountain Dew and pastries
That's
and
a strong
shit.
point.
Let them
That's a
fucking
strong
eat
point.
something healthy.
It's a strong point.
And then they do this thing all the time. It's like, why do you get to tell people? Listen, if you want to make your own money and buy your own food, then eat whatever the fuck you want. But if you want to take money from the government, then there get to be rules, like your fucking stepdad had. He's going to give you money, then he'll have some thoughts. You want to move out, get a job, then you do whatever the fuck you want. It's not, this whole thing is like, well, these kids can't buy Mountain Dew. Yes, they can. They can use their own money to buy this shit.
Well, stepdad is a perfect analogy for the government's relationship to us. I think
so
that
done
is
with everybody.
Abusive stepdad for sure. But also, if you're not going to cover Mountain Dew with the SNAP program, then how is a child going to lose his tooth and then hide that fact from his parents? They have to be able to dissolve that tooth overnight in the Mountain Dew.
There is a miniature pastry shop where I'm renting a home. Miniature.
How tiny are we talking?
Yeah, I'm imagining gingerbread
I'm
house.
picturing it's a little scale.
It is literally the size of this booth. It is the size of this booth. All it sells is pastry. It just says pastry.
Yeah.
It's not pastry. It's nothing but pastry.
It's not even plural. It's one pastry.
It's just one. We have one pastry. You better get here early.
Like it or not.
Yeah.
We have one ladyfinger. That's all we have.
Yep.
It accepts. It says EBT. It says accepts EBT. And I'm like, dude, who needs pastry? Nobody needs pastry. They shouldn't be accepting this fucking shit. You don't need pastry with an EBT. Like, what about the shame? Fuck you then. Get a fucking job, buy your own pastry, or better yet, eat no pastry.
I mean,
how about
first of all, it's bothering me the most that you're just not pluralizing the word every time you're saying that. It just feels wrong.
Pastry.
It feels very wrong.
Eat your own pastry. Well, I'm assuming you just have one.
It's just the one. What food do you want covered under government programs? Only plain bread? Plain bread only.
Yeah. No, I want elements.
Canned tuna and plain bread.
First off, all things healthy. No bullshit.
Okay.
No soda. No bullshit. By the way, would they cover cigarettes? The answer would be no.
Right.
It'd be a big, hard fucking no.
But vaping would be fine according to your rules.
It'd be fine.
Include vaping in there.
I'm just saying, Democrats, would you cover cigarettes with your EBT? If the answer is no, then don't cover cupcakes.
How about the Juul lobby coming around? They'll get it. EBT.
Okay, if you don't cover cigarettes because they're bad for you. Okay, fine.
Yep.
So don't cover anything that's bad for you.
Yeah, I mean, the Juul lobby is powerful, though, and you end up, if you go down that road, you end up living in your car with crooked teeth, singing folk songs.
Big tobacco gets you one way or another.
There's a Yelp article for cake shops in L.A. that accept EBT. There should be no exceptions of EBT for cake shops.
Counter argument, there's a lot of gluten-free cakes these days. There's actually healthy cakes.
I only want the elements.
Alternative.
Beans and rice. That's all you can buy.
That sounds like you're targeting a certain ethnic group with that.
Beans and rice. Beans and rice.
There are non-Mexican people who need food assistance.
Really?
How's the welfare queen going to say, let them eat cake?
Beans and rice, and I'll let you buy bouillon cubes because you can season the beans and the rice.
So some seasoning. That's really benevolent.
Bouillon. I'm in a good mood, Ben.
That's really benevolent.
I'm in a good mood today.
I'm in a good mood too because I was here a little bit early, so I took a nap in my car, and I'm sleeping, and by the grace of God, this car was backing up, and if there wasn't a loud beeping, I would have been dead.
Oh, my God.
I would have been murdered.
Oh, my God. Was it a Waymo?
Yeah, it was. It was a driverless car. I couldn't even signal him, and it was just the beeping gave me enough. It was so loud, it gave me enough time to get out of the way.
I was real late, bro. I was real late getting here, so I'm glad you didn't die.
God.
Thank you.
Ben was sleeping in his car. You got some travels coming up, right, Ben, that I'm jealous of.
Yeah, I'm bouncing around. I'm going to be in Kentucky and Indiana tomorrow.
Nice.
And doing a game show gig. I used to host the game show Idiot Test, and so I sometimes get very stupidly paying game show gigs where I have to recreate that old glory days. And then I fly and I'm doing a whiskey tour of a distillery, getting drunk.
Good.
And then I'm flying the next morning to the Grand Cayman Islands, day pass at a beach club, puddle jumper. That same day, all on Thursday, I'm going to be in Kentucky and Indiana and Grand Cayman Islands and Cayman Brac Island.
Those are all your friends?
No, I'm by myself, and then the next day I hop on the Jimmy Buffett cruise ship to spend 24 hours literally just catching a ride with them to Jamaica, where they get off and all my friends get on the boat to celebrate my friends Carl and Katie's engagement and upcoming baby, and there's going to be a 3 nights of debauchery from Jamaica to
In
Bahamas.
Margaritaville?
And I'll be roasting them on the boat.
Oh, you will?
Yes.
Awesome.
And I briefly, well, I shouldn't even say that on the radio, but I'll say, I briefly dated Katie, and they've asked me to roast them at their engagement with their parents there, so I'm going to have to say that and share a lot of details.
Intimate.
What? You had sex with her?
I don't. Well, let's not. I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a world. There's a world between not. There's a world between.
That's uncomfortable.
We did not have sex, but
yes, you did.
No, we didn't. But there's a world.
Well, you don't
between.
briefly date without having sex.
I do. That's the way I do it.
You do it?
Very briefly. We very briefly dated. I like to build it slowly.
Over the pants handy?
There's a lot of stuff like that. There's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun stuff.
Do we? Okay, if you didn't have sexual relations with someone, do you even bring up we briefly dated?
Yeah. Why is it only about sex for you? For me, it's about deep emotional connection and heart-to-heart connections. I'm kidding about that, but I'm kidding about that. But it's not only about sex, though. You know.
No. But here's
getting to know. Period.
Okay. Here's what I'm saying.
Yep. Really regretting having said the name.
Yeah.
The setup of this story.
In life.
Mm-hmm.
In life.
I'm familiar with it.
Life.
Yep.
When you say certain things, like if I said to somebody, this guy, he'll make a good employee. He had his scrapes with the law back in the day, but he's fine now, and he'll make a hell of an employee. You wouldn't think he got busted for some sort of tax thing or something. You'd think, oh, this guy was a junkie. He had issues.
Right.
It's a situation with the cops. You know what I mean? There's violence, and now he's sober, and he's on the right track.
True.
So when you say, had a scrape with the law, and you just leave it at that, your mind goes to a different place. And when you go, we dated briefly for all, you think, all right, you pounded the shit out of this bitch.
Right.
That's where your mind goes.
Think.
So I'm saying, if you literally just went on 2 dates and nothing happened, then don't say dated briefly.
Happened. I didn't say nothing happened. There's just, are you familiar? Has it been this long for you?
What base? Let's get to the bases.
No, I can't get into that level.
What base?
I regret everything.
Everything.
You're aware how baseball goes. There are bases between grand slam and strikeout.
Well, listen. First off,
what base is dry humping?
Hold on. A blowjob is the same as sex. Can we agree on that?
No, it's not.
I don't know.
It's not.
It depends on who I'm negotiating with.
Right.
No,
it might be the same as sex for one of the two parties.
Okay, hold on. Can we do this?
I hope not.
Okay, we're doing it.
I'm listening.
If I was fixing to marry a woman, and somebody said,
in olden days when you would use terms like that?
I was going to up and marry her.
You were up and marry. I'm fixing to marry your daughter.
That's right, because her victuals are so scrumptious.
Yeah, of course.
She makes good victuals.
Yeah.
All right. If somebody said, I'm going to marry this woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fixing to marry this woman.
Yep.
Right. And then somebody said, well, she dated Ben Glebe, briefly before this. I'd go, oh. And then they'd go, oh, she didn't have sex with Ben.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go, oh, okay. And then they'd go, but she blew him. I'd go, oh. I'd be back to the sex.
Okay, I didn't say she blew me for the record. But
no, I didn't say that.
She did not
either.
for the record. She's
not.
a very respectable person. But it's up to your own personal issues at this point, really.
No sex, no blowjob. I don't even bring up
we
dated. Why'd we date? What were we doing?
I don't know.
Lunch.
Listen, things kind of really spiraled out of control in this conversation. I was just simply trying to say we had some sort of history, and I'm going to roast them in front of their parents.
That's fine.
It's going to be interesting.
That's fine. But it's good.
That's all I was saying.
It's funny. It's good. Good, clean fun.
Clean fun.
Clean fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
No problema.
I like to make out, though. I like to make out. I'm a maker outer. Yeah, but I'll enjoy it.
We're in junior high.
I could do it for hours.
Yeah.
Ladies, you hear that, ladies? Hours.
All right, that's fine.
Of not getting what you really want.
That's fine. I think if you had sex with her, you wouldn't have been invited on the cruise to roast.
I don't know if that's true, but maybe.
I think so.
Maybe you're right about that.
Let me ask you this.
Yep.
In today's world of lactating she dudes.
Yeah.
Do they even care anymore? Like it was a deal back in the day if your woman laid down with that guy, you know. Now it's just a bunch of fucking dudes and driverless cars.
Right.
Fucking lactating pussies, just stretch marks on their titties. Just
Lactating pussies?
Just sitting around. What's going on? I want to play video game. I want some Mountain Dew. Like, I want to go get some pastry.
Yeah.
Like, guys are just...
Now you're pluralizing the word before and still keeping it singular. Some pastry.
Some pastry. I'm just saying, guys aren't even dudes anymore. Do they even care? You know, there was a time when dudes cared about this.
I think people care less. I mean, there's new dating sites. I could plug my friend's new company. There's a dating app called Beyond that is specifically for alternate dating lifestyles. And so you can go on there and you straight up write like monogamish or open or exploring or enjoy play parties or I enjoy this or I enjoy watching or I enjoy
There's one
BDSM.
called Boned by Glebe.
Correct.
Where you just date women that Ben fucked earlier in the year.
No, it's a filter. It's like a lot of women, first we just make out for hours, and that's the big pool, and then you swipe, and if I swipe right, then maybe there's boning in your future.
I think
it's a very unpopular app, deeply unpopular.
I think guys care less than they used to.
Yeah, I think that's totally true.
And I think it was a byproduct of like testosterone and dudes and stuff. And now that the testosterone's down, dudes are less.
You've got Democrats to thank for that. You're welcome.
Yes, we care.
You're welcome.
Everyone cares.
But I think it's because people are more in touch with their emotions. In the past, it was like someone touched my woman, and now it's like, okay, maybe that's even like kind of hot if somebody had a thing and they can tell you a story of their past. And
no,
like,
dude,
we
the
can be
internet
more
just
open.
let everyone know that everyone's banging everybody.
Yeah.
That's
also that.
That's how it goes.
That's also
Let me
that.
ask you this, Ben.
Yep.
It's a comedy bit. I've always tried to work it out, but I never work it out. I never figured it out. But you were talking about Jimmy Buffett, you know?
Yep.
And you're talking about how much money this guy made from the Margaritaville stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just hotels and casinos and cruises and apparel. I mean,
Tahine alone is huge residuals.
Nobody's made more money off of one song.
Yeah.
Like
it's pretty amazing.
Other songs you get, you get royalties and other people cover the song, maybe you get paid, but you don't have hotels.
He just commodified it.
It just keeps going, right?
Yeah.
But then there's Rupert Holmes.
Yep. Who's that?
Wait.
I got fear in my eyes.
I saw the fear.
Yep.
I saw the fear. Sound like Scooby-Doo. And then there's Rupert Holmes.
On Scoobs! I think that's the killer.
He wrote the Pina Colada song.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah,
If you like Pina that song was equally as big.
Yep.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's about a drink.
Yep.
Nothing.
Well, it's obvious.
Nothing.
Reason,
He made nothing off. He made nothing off of it.
Yep.
He's gone in obscurity.
Yeah.
We don't care about Rupert Holmes. There's no cruises. There's no casinos.
The very mention of his name strikes fear in the eyes of people around the land.
You don't even know you don't know the fucking guy's name.
Never, yeah.
One had a drink. The other had a drink. The one I don't know that the Pina Colada. I mean, Pina Colada is a very delectable drink from back in the day. Delicious drink.
Yep.
Nothing.
Yep.
Zero for Rupert Holmes.
Why do you think it is?
Died a pauper, penniless.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably drunk,
Is he still alive?
Probably drunk on pina coladas. He might still be living.
Rupert
Nobody
Holmes
cares.
Still alive? Also, it's a weird thing. That whole song.
Yep.
Turns out he's talking about his lady, but she's trying to fuck a new dude.
Correct.
That's what he finds out at the end of the song.
Plot twist, it was Ben Glebe.
That's what you get on my app.
That's
what
right. You
get.
go like,
correct.
Well, it's you all. Wait a minute. You're trying to fuck some strange dude.
That's why she's ordering 2, I guess, huh? She's like, can I get 2? Like, what do you mean? I'm drinking beer. Yeah, I'd like 2 still. Like, I'll be right back.
Margaritaville retirement communities are currently located in Daytona Beach, I should say, Florida. Hilton Head. They have retirement. It never ends. It doesn't end.
You know why it is? I believe that the Rupert guy didn't make it big.
Rupert Holmes.
I refuse to even learn his